So yeah, I'm like the treasure.
So we live.
Are we live?
Yep.
All right, hey, Shalom Akim, Wa Aqua, Wa Yasharala, Shalom to the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. First and foremost, like always, we turn to the east, the Holy Land, and we give all praises to our power,
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and a mighty shalom to the brothers scattered abroad throughout the four winds of the earth, prophesying the downfall of Esau, Edom, especially the chief tribe of Esau, which is Amalek. Okay, so hey, we're gonna prophesy against Mount Seir. Okay, prophesy against, you know, the enemies of the nation of Israel, so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, but also prophesy the return of our Messiah, which his true name is Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Right, we're gonna start at Ezekiel 35. You got it, bro? And get Genesis. You're gonna get Genesis
25 and 17.
Genesis 36. Going into who's Esau.
I got that. Yep. And then go back to Exodus 17.
Ezekiel 35 and verse 1.
Yep.
Moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying,
it says the word. Who's the word? The word is Yahweh Shai. Read John 1 and 1. The word came in the flesh. But now the word has been given to us, okay, to prophesy against who, bro?
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Yeah, set thy face against Mount Seir. Now, who is Mount Seir? Want to get Genesis 36 and 8. Okay, because a mount, it goes into a mountain, which is a symbolism for a government. And Esau's government is here in modern day Babylon the Great, which is known as the U.S. The whole 50 states, okay, from Hawaii all the way to the state of New York. Want to get that, bro? Genesis 36 and 8.
Yeah, come. Genesis 36 and 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Who's Esau, bro?
Esau is Edom.
Yeah, Esau is Edom. Okay, Esau has many titles. He's known as the wicked. He's known as Lucifer, wasted away. He's known as the bastard. He's known as the man of sin.
The
Right?
wicked.
The wicked. God.
Another precept that goes into Esau being Edom. Genesis 25 and 30. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom.
Yeah, going into, it means wasted away is seed. Because ultimately Esau is going to be wasted away, and plus his pigmentation, man, his leprosy. Okay, that's how you define who the devil is. And these are just the basics, man. Okay, another way to define who the devil is look at their chief tribe, which is who? Amalek. I want to get that in Deuteronomy 25. Matter of fact, Genesis 36, bro, in the genealogy of Esau.
This is Genesis 36 and...
Yeah, and the word Genesis means the beginning. Okay, the beginning of what? The birthplaces of the different 17 nations. The 18th nation being the nation of Israel, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and the First Nation.
Yep.
Okay.
Because Esau, Edom is the so-called white man.
Right.
Okay, these are the banksters, these are the elite, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers.
Right.
And this is their ancient Edom, you know, is their actual name. You know, going back to the head tribe of Amalek.
Yeah, because Esau had many sons and grandsons. He had the dukes, the different Siemens. Okay, these Germans, right? The French, the Spaniards. But now their chief tribe is who you see here. They're known as the Amalekites. Now, when you go into the word Amalek, okay, Amalek, in the etymology, it means the people that drink blood, man. Okay, those vampires that you see in these different movies. Okay, that's speaking about Esau, man.
They're talking about themselves.
Yep. Got that, bro?
Genesis 36 and 9. And these are the generations of Esau, the father of Edomites in Mount Seir.
Yeah, and the word generation, the prefix going into the word gene, goes into your seed. Okay, the seed of your father. Go ahead, bro.
These are the names of Esau's sons, Eliphaz.
Eliphaz, okay. The name Eliphaz simply means, okay, gold is my God, or God is my gold. And that's the spirit of the devil, man. When you go into the dollar bill of Esau, Edom, it says what? In God we trust. And that word God is an acronym, which means gold, oil, and drugs. And that's how Esau, okay, gets his power from gold, oil, and drugs.
That's the foundation of this society.
Con.
You know, even the dollar, before it was just a Federal Reserve, it was backed by gold.
Con.
You know, oil, you know, they take it from these oil-rich nations, such as Saudi Arabia, Assyria, and all those Middle Eastern countries, right? And drugs, man. That's how the money. Look at the pharmaceuticals. You know, the pharmacia, man. They're the big time drug dealers.
Yep.
You know, so that's their guy,
And
man.
it's these people that are funding it. You know.
Yep. These are the real drug dealers.
Yep.
Okay, so what they'll do is they'll bring in the drugs to our communities, the so-called Negro, so-called Latino, so-called Native Americans, put the drugs in the community. Then they'll put the police force there to lock you up. They'll sit in the lurking places watching you, okay? And then if you don't basically sell out on your other people, okay, either put you in jail or sell out your people, then you become the next person, the next man, okay? This sellout mentality.
Also,
okay?
they put money into the prison system, so when you get locked up, they get money from the government to keep you housed.
Yep.
Hey, that's right.
Yep.
Hey, that's the spirit because what's his name from one of the Bones from Bone Thugs and Harmony? He had an interview.
I think that's crazy bone.
Was a Crazy Bone where he had an interview. They pretty much exposed. They had a meeting, and they had signed some non-disclosure agreements that they couldn't release what they discussed in this meeting. And you had a whole bunch of wicked, more than likely Amalekites over in the corner, and you had like 20 to 30 Jake. You know, and then they was pretty much like,
well, it wasn't him; it was somebody else. But he was telling about that story.
That's right. Yeah.
It's all good.
So they was pretty much saying you got to pretty much continue to rap about these topics. Why? So the people who are listening can reenact those lyrics. Ultimately, getting sent to the prisons because everybody that goes to these prison systems, the government funds the prison systems, and they get more money that way, free labor.
Yep, because those prison systems actually fund whole towns. There's whole towns that are just run off the prison system, and that's the way for them. That's generational wealth.
It's like
they'll have the mother.
It's like
they'll have the father there. They'll have the son, the uncle, all of them working at the same facility. Okay, and so that's another way. And then before you even go to court, what do they have? They have the judge system. Okay, the courts. Okay, which are already meant to set up to be against Jake.
That reminds me of Zechariah 11:5. You know, possessors slay them, hold themselves not guilty because of that reason. You know,
and they get like $125 to like $200 a day, depending on what type of institution you're in, whether it's
per inmate,
county jail, or prison, or penitentiary.
And that was a big thing, far as in the 90s with the crack epidemic, right? That they put in the neighborhoods, they put drugs into the communities. And then what happened? There was a lot of murder rate, okay? There was a high murder rate. You know, people were strung out on drugs. People are still hurting from that time when crack came out and heroin came out really strong. You know, people had to see their families all messed up. And this is Esau Edom. He is the real drug dealers, but they say that we are. Okay, they portray that in the media. You know, we are the people. Why? Because 2/3 of our people have became just like Esau Edom. They become that strange nation to the Heavenly Father, right? And only elect is being woken up to the truth, actually who we are, like who Esau Edom is, right? And who we are, okay? Because Yahweh Shemashai.
No, finish.
Oh yeah. Yahweh Shemashai is only dealing with a remnant, a very small sanctuary, you know, of people that believed back in the day, okay? We're in the third, fourth generation of people that believe, you know, even back then. And then also we have the wicked. So that's a balance of Yahweh Shemashai.
Just to back you up, this is Isaiah 25:6. And in this mountain, once again, the brother brought out the meaning of mountain, which is these governments.
Yeah, which we just got in Ezekiel, the 35th chapter.
Yep, it says, and in this mountain shall the Lord Yahweh of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wines on the lees, of fat things full of marrow, of wines of the lees well refined. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. What's that covering cast? And that veil, man, that's that deception, those lies. You know, it says in the 6th chapter, or the 6th verse, you know, in this mountain where it talks about the wines and the feast of the fat, who is it referring to? It's referring to the wicked elite, man.
Yep.
You know?
And not even to add to that, what did they put in the Jake neighborhoods? They put these haunted houses in these places. You know, Caesar Borgia, they have crossed out the face of Yahweh Shai.
The judges.
Okay, the judges thereof. They have covered the faces of the judges thereof, and they also X'd out the Messiah, Yahweh Shai, with putting on that white face.
And they're doing that real quick. They're doing that too, bro, with these masks. you have to buy and sell with the
Yeah,
mask on.
yep.
That's also covering the face of the judges thereof, man.
Yep.
The prophets.
And that's a part of a master ceremony. Okay, that's part of their ceremony to come in with the mask, because that movie Eyes Wide Shut, explain far as the darkness that they do in the backgrounds. They have these orgies. Okay, they have these. You have to basically bow down to their image if you want to be in the music industry. Who is the music industry ran by? Amalek.
Yep, Amalek.
The people of Mount Seir that we're exposing right now. See, this is how our Lord looks.
Right.
Okay, he is a so-called black man in this world.
Right, from the tribe of Judah.
That's right, the tribe of Judah. Right.
Are you in Genesis the 36th chapter?
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you read in Genesis the 36th chapter, if you go to like verse 17, it talks about how the sons of Edom are considered dukes.
Yep.
And the
Yeah,
brother in the big bro in
Orlando.
did a beautiful, very, very beautiful video about how these guys,
I got you.
and a lot of these guys call themselves dukes, and a lot of their constituents call themselves dukes. That's how you know it's the sons of Edom coming back.
Yeah.
Because they're calling themselves by the same titles.
Yep.
And they're acting the same way. You know?
Just like we're doing on the right-hand side, we're coming back calling ourselves Hebrew Israelites.
Yep.
Hey, it's the same. The spirit is working on the left and on the right-hand side.
Hey, real quick, I have the word duke. It says a male, all right, not a female, but a male, which is Esau, holding the highest hierarchy title in the British and certain other peerages. Dukes, the fists, especially when raised in a fighting attitude, which goes into forks. And doesn't Esau portray himself as the devil with the fork?
The pitchfork.
Yep.
With the pitchfork, that's those dukes in Genesis 36, man. I want to get there real
Yeah.
quick after you get an Amalek.
Yeah, Genesis 36. Oh,
Yeah, going into Amalek's genealogy, verse 10.
okay, so Genesis 36 and 10. These are the names of Esau's sons, Eliphaz, and the son of Adah, and the wife of Esau, Reuel, the son of Bashmath, and the wife of Esau. And the sons of Eliphaz were the Teman, right? And those are the Germans right now, right? Omar, Zapah, Gatam, and Kanas. And Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son. She bare Eliphaz Amalek. She bare Eliphaz.
Who did Eliphaz had, bro?
Eliphaz had Amalek.
Amalek.
Grandson of Esau.
These were Adah, Esau's wife. So let me read that again. Genesis 36 and 12. And the Timah was the concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare Eliphaz Amalek. These were the sons of Adah, Esau's wife.
I got you right here, bro, going to the dukes. This is 1 Chronicles chapter 1 and verse 51. Hadad died also, and the dukes of Edom were Duke Tinma, Duke Aliyah, Duke Cheheth,
What?
Duke,
Chronicles.
hold on, bro. Duke Aholibam, Duke Elah, Duke, which means what? A hierarchy of high position, right?
You said that hierarchy of high position, right?
Hey, let me get that real quick right here.
Okay.
Duke Magdiel, Duke Iram, these are the dukes of what, bro?
Edom.
Edom. There you go.
Yep.
This
Go
is
on, bro.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. I have seen servants upon horses, and those servants upon horses
Shalom.
is Esau, Edom, and great power. Psalms 37 and 35. I have seen the wicked in great power, and spreading himself like a green bay tree.
Right.
And that's him stretching forth
Yep.
his hand in everybody's business. Basically, was that Habakkuk 2?
Yep.
He
Neither keepeth at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah, he's
Oh,
always
yeah.
everywhere. Okay.
This is Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. Let me finish the verse. Let's not leave the meal unfinished. Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. I have seen servants upon horses, and horses is going into power, which Esau, Edom was given through the sword, and that's how he was able to conquer all these lands.
Yeah, and now Esau, he's not just sitting in any horse, but it's a red horse, pursuant to Revelation, the 6th chapter.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Adawam, going back into what he looks like,
Yep.
the
Yep.
characteristics of him,
Yep.
Wasted away.
The leprosy.
Yep.
Fine.
Going back,
Which is also
going
a
back
curse.
to his going back to his curse. Going back to red, which means a warning, which means stop.
Also crimson,
Crimson,
which,
yeah.
which goes into criminal, which he
Yeah.
is.
Yep.
He's on the run. He's a vagabond, running from his identity, running from his fate, constantly taking down videos and striking down pages.
Right.
You know about this?
Trying to silence the truth.
Right.
And he's also a peasant.
Also, red goes into the into blood, and that's what Amalek means, the
Yep.
blood drinkers.
Yep.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, we
That's
pointed
stew.
out earlier. Yeah.
That red pottage.
red
It all ties in, man.
And that goes into ancient Rome being in Babylon all over again. Why? Because you have the fast food restaurants. Okay, and that's another thing to know that Esau. Why? Because he wanted his food
already.
Yeah,
he
it's
didn't
fast.
want to
Still likes
cook.
fast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
didn't want to
likes
cook.
that.
You go to the
Yeah,
burger
he
joint
went
by my
fast
house.
and raw.
You go to the burger joint by my house.
fast.
You can't get a burger well done. You ask for well done, they'll give you it like
Still raw.
Still
Yeah,
still
yeah.
raw. Extra medium rare.
Still mooing.
And
The
then
cow's still mooing.
Yeah.
And also, what do? They poison. They also poison the foods. So even if you're trying to get a real burger, you know what I mean, far as in the land, right? They poison all the foods. You know, they kill the other animals, far as in front of the other animals. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have polluted everything.
Let me finish this real quick. Ecclesiastes 10:7. I have seen servants upon horses, and princes walking as servants upon earth. And those princes walking as servants upon earth is the sons of God,
Right.
Yasha'Allah, princes of the power, walking as servants in Esau, Edom's kingdom. But that's soon to be over, and that's what we're coming out here to clarify, is that your wicked reign is coming to an end. This is a gathering of the stones, man. You know,
Yep.
Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, there's a time for everything, a time to.
Yeah.
I'll get it real quick.
Yeah,
Time
also
to
say
peace, time
rack.
for war.
Yep.
Time
Say
for
rack
love, time for
36.
hate.
Since
Yeah,
I quoted, let me
Come
get
on,
it real quick. Just real quick. Ecclesiastes, I'll start from, I'll just get right to the
Matter of
point.
fact, real quick, the word Ecclesiastes simply means a gathering and assembly of the Israelites.
Beautiful.
Yeah, bro.
And
who
is the author of the book of Ecclesiastes?
Solomon.
Solomon.
The son of David.
Yep.
I mean, David's father. Yeah, the water, bro.
Yeah, and that's why we're out here
David's
on the.
son.
David's son.
We're out here on the.
But
yeah,
that's actually the same spirit as far as Yahweh Shai. You know, that's
Yeah.
why Solomon was so wise, man.
Right.
You know,
Kind.
there's
we're
a lot
out-
of
we're
jewels
out
in the
here-
book of Ecclesiastes.
And we're out here in Ecclesiastes. We're out here on the Mazabak. The altar was crying aloud, sparing none.
Man.
You know, we're gathered together through what? Through this word.
Yep.
Okay, none of us knew each other before this word. You know, before this word came to us. You know what I mean? We didn't know each other, but we're gathered here by this word, just like the brothers that are all around the world. Okay, gathered in the same spirit of Yahweh Shai.
Let me get this precept. Let me get the third chapter of Ecclesiastes, the first verse. I'm gonna skip right down to number 5,
Right.
the 5th verse.
Right.
So Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time, and to every purpose under the heaven.
Right.
I'll just get it. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up
Right.
with that which is planted. A time to be born, and a time to die. You have a lot of our people being reborn in the spirit, and you have also at the same time you have a lot of our people in the spirit of being ready to die, in the form of those zealots, those that don't want to hearken to the word, those that come up and throw stones at the servants of prophets Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, in the form of casting their stones at the servants of prophets, not believing the word, not believing the report, coming up to mock and scoff, coming up with smirks, so on and so forth,
Right.
thinking that our garments are funny, thinking that we're here for entertainment.
Right.
We're not here for entertainment, man. We're not here for you to laugh at. You
Right.
know,
Right.
we're here to edify and build up the body, man.
The tabernacle of David.
Let me get this real quick. Right to the point. Ecclesiastes 3:5. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together.
Man, that's beautiful.
A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing. And we're in the time of the gathering of the stones, the spiritual temple being built. You know, and you're going to have people who mock and scoff because that's a part of the movie. You know,
Yeah.
1 Corinthians 4:9. You know, for we have made a spectacle
Yep.
unto angels and to men. You know,
Because we are those lively stones.
And in a year you'll be done.
No, real quick. You had a question? You said something about Chronicles, right?
No, you guys were talking about Chronicles. That's
Yeah.
everything in what happened in the first 5 books. It's like the 4th book.
Oh, hold up. I want to ask you this though. You
Or
know
is
what?
it Chronicles is
Hold
after
up.
Kings?
Hold up. You know what the word chronicle means?
What?
You know what it means or no?
The whole book is Chronicles is
No.
is a replay of the first like
Chronicles is
everything.
records of our people, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. When you speak about the first 5 pages of the scriptures, that's the law, Genesis all the way to Deuteronomy.
Wait, what book is Chronicles?
That's
Then you have the
that's
prophets,
way
which is
The
that's
3rd book or like the 12th book?
no, that's about like the 10th book.
The 10th book,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It just talks about everything that happened.
No, it goes
from
into
Adam all the way
it goes
to-
into genealogies. Yeah, so, some of
Genealogies.
it.
Okay,
Yeah.
Genealogy-
it's a genealogy.
genealogies and accounts of what
Chronicles
happened.
is- And those guys were what were you calling them?
What stamps?
No, the
Stamps?
people in there.
Edom?
You said-
Edomites?
Edom,
No, you called them.
Amalek.
When you were talking about Chronicles.
The
you-
Israelites,
No, you.
Dukes?
the Dukes.
Dukes.
You-
Yeah.
Was
Yeah.
that what you called them?
Yeah,
They're-
it's
they're
these
back.
people here.
Those
back.
guys.
Yeah,
Those,
it's
these
these
guys.
right here.
those guys in Chronicles that were dukes.
Right.
Those guys in the community were sick as dukes. Don't forget about those names because in the long time in Chronicles of the genealogy, 1,000 years, those
Right.
names pop out for you to talk
Genesis 36 and 15. These were the dukes and the sons.
about. But start
Right.
from the beginning.
But
Well,
you,
listen,
see,
listen,
you know
listen,
everything, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, well, we're going to go by the
Could be bugged up
scriptures.
at the same
Genesis
time,
36 and 15. These were the dukes, the sons of Esau, the sons of Eliphaz, firstborn, the son of Esau, Duke, Teman.
So these different listen.
Canaan-
Hold up.
died,
Hold up.
Abel.
These different genealogies is speaking about an ancient heritage which today they're known as Esau, Edom, the French, the
But
Spaniards,
that's
the
before
Germans.
Noah, and that's with the third kid.
What's your
What that
point, man? What's your point?
Yeah,
What's
he's
your point?
just out here to mock and
No,
scoff.
just
That's
read
what
it
I'm
off.
saying.
No, but what's your point? Why are you here, man?
So I'm saying that Adam and because you guys were talking about Adam and
Okay, but you're
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah,
Could
you're
you,
all
could, you,
over
could,
the
you,
place,
could,
man.
could you do us a favor and just listen instead of trying
Yeah,
to teach?
because
listen,
we
man.
might
just
answer
because
your
I read it
question.
all word for word.
I
We,
know,
yeah,
right.
we
Okay,
read it.
read it all,
Yeah.
then
So
just
you need
listen,
to
man.
be out here teaching if you
Listen.
read it all.
Here, I just want to.
Yep.
I want
You
to
need
back
to
it
be
up,
out here
bro.
teaching.
I want.
We had a
Okay.
visitor
So-
coming to scoff in a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
It's
that's
all
good.
though.
Yeah, no, I just went to the wrong.
This is
No,
this
it's
is
all good, but you should be out here teaching if you read the whole book.
Yeah.
That's the main
It
point.
takes a year. Y'all could do it too.
Okay, just in a year?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. All right.
Just
Let me.
listen, man.
Hey, this
Just
is
chill out. Just chill out though. We, you know.
Yeah,
this is to back the brother up. How he was talking about going in. You know how it's supposed to be mockers. They're living out what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's all prophecy, right?
They're in their lot.
This here in their lot. This is Lamentations chapter 3 and verse 14. It says, "I was a derision to all my people."
Yep.
If you go into the word derision, it means to mock. Okay, it says, "I was a derision to all my people, and their song all the day." So
Right.
we're not only a derision, a mockery, but we're their entertainment, man. Because what is a song? We're music, man. You know, you dance to it, right? Let's
Right.
jump down to verse 63.
Yeah, that's.
It says, "Behold, they're sitting down and they're rising up. I am their music."
Yeah, with
You
the
know?
music, that's where they try to dance
Yeah,
and, you know,
they
try
try-
to mock and laugh with their little tongue.
And I
right
believe
there.
if you go into the
You know?
Strongs for that word song, one of the definitions is a taunting or mocking song. You know.
Yep.
What was that Psalms 44,
Yeah.
14?
Oh, well, for the what you talking about? I got one. I got something real quick.
Psalms 44, 14. Thou makest us a byword among the
Hey,
heathen,
that's y'all.
a shaking of the head among the people. A shaking of the head among the people. They're like, look at these guys, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They clap their hands. You know.
Yeah,
It's just the mockers,
and that's
man.
what Esau Edom does.
Yep.
You know, he mocks and he scoffs and he mashes his teeth. With his, he changes with his continuance. And that's the same thing, you know, what that devil was doing right there.
Yeah.
You know, he don't want to listen. He already know everything. He said it only takes 1 year.
It only took him a year.
Yeah, it only took him a year. Now he's got it.
Hey,
but
it
he
took
doesn't
him a
know.
year- it
He
took him
doesn't
a
know
year
if
to
he's
read
a
the
Hebrew
Bible, bro,
Israelite.
But he hasn't read the Apocrypha.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Yes, right.
he read the you know, and the thing is we got our elders, right? You know, as far as Apostle Tahar have been in this since I was born. Okay,
Right.
36 years. Okay, every week coming out on the highways and the byways, constantly teaching. And now this guy
Right.
said he got it in 1 year.
Right.
Okay, so that's the mockery. You know, it says wait patiently. If it was
Hey,
only
hey.
a year, we gotta wait
Bro,
patiently for a year?
He
Romans
got it
12
all,
and 1.
He got it all figured out, so he don't need Yahweh.
Yeah, I know.
Romans
Cut.
12 and 1. I beseech
He's
you.
next. The tabernacle of him.
Romans 12 and 1. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of Yahweh, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice,
Yeah.
holy, acceptable unto the Most High, which is your reasonable service.
And who's living out this prophecy right now? The men of the Lord who are out there on the highways and hedges, man. You know, risking everything for Yahweh Bashim Yashai. Whereas you get people, they say they know the truth, they have the truth, but what are they doing for
Yeah, what are they doing?
what are they doing for the Lord, man?
Yep.
Hey, they're skating, doing kickflips, bro. That's what they're doing.
Yep.
You know,
Because
trade
he's not
flips,
being-
Can you get
pop
Ecclesiastes, the 4th chapter and the 1st verse? Because this guy didn't have the comforter, man.
I want to bring this out real quick. Matthew 11,
4.
Ecclesiastes 4 and 1.
Matthew 11 and verse 16, it says, but whereunto shall I liken this generation?
Yep.
It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows
Got it, bro.
and saying, we
Oh,
have
I got
piped
you,
unto
yeah.
you,
Oh, I got it.
and we have not danced, and ye have not danced.
Wisdom crieth in the street. And
Yep.
that's what we're doing through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yashai. We're crying out our wisdom. Also at the same time, we're chanting down Babylon. At
Yep.
the same time, crying out so that we can have that hedge of protection, so we can have that tawah. You know, we
Yep.
can have that exemption from judgment.
Yep. Read again. verse 17, and saying, we have piped unto you, and ye have not danced. You know, going back into, what was that, Lamentations, the 3rd chapter,
Okay.
you know?
Yep.
And when they're sitting and rising, I'm their music, man.
Yep.
It says, we have mourned unto
Because
you.
we have the new song.
That's right.
Yeah, and then on the
Psalm
other
40.
hand, if you go into that word song, I think it's in that precept. It's in the Strong's for one of the word song. For one of the definitions of song, it means a taunting song, a mocking song,
Man.
which these guys have. You know, they have the spirit of mocking, man, and taunting. So
Songs.
they're in the movie just to do that. Just like when I was at camp,
For their judgment.
there was Jake's right here. When I pulled up and started bringing out the word, they didn't have the music loud, but as I started getting the spirit and started getting more precepts out and started reading precepts from the comment board, they turned the music up because some men are just in the movie, like Elder Yashawamba goes into and the elder apostles go into, just to be married, just to be given in marriage, just to be drunk, and just to be destroyed. They're just in the movie just to do that, just so we can read about them in the scriptures and be like, oh yeah, that's them right there. That's them right there. Yeah. Some guys are in the movie just to have the wrong doctrine. Some guys are in the movie just to have the spirit of deception in the form of teaching the word, you know, deceitfully, man.
I got you right here, bro, real quick. 2nd Ezra 9:22. It says, let the multitude perish when which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect. Yeah, so let the multitude, like the mockers and scoffers, okay, they were just born in vain, man.
You said,
Because we know
the scripture said, have I made it perfect, right?
Kind of says, real quick, let the multitude perish,
Yep.
then which was born in vain, and let my grape be kept and my plant, for with great labor have I made it perfect.
Great labor has he made the vessels of honor perfect, man, and understanding. You know, let me read Romans 12:2 real quick.
Okay.
And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is what good and acceptable and perfect will of the Most High.
Man,
His perfect will, you know,
right.
is to give the elect understanding and give salvation unto the remnant, you know.
and perfect means to complete. It's that completion of Yahweh Shai, being complete.
I got you
You know,
right
us
here, bro.
yeah, go ahead.
The etymology of the word perfect, it says completed, excellent, accomplished.
Yep. And what are we trying to accomplish? Immortality and salvation through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, while we pipe to this new song and dance to this new song. Okay?
You want to get the 17th
Those that are
verse?
those that don't pipe to
not
the
lamented.
song and don't hearken to the song,
think it's-
guess what? You're
what's
going to
the
be
next verse?
destroyed. Okay, and that's all part of the perfect completion of
yeah,
this
pipe on
the
to-
whole journey that we're on towards immortality and salvation in
Did
the
you already read
kingdom.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I didn't finish.
Also,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah.
when you complete something, you finish it.
Yeah, exactly. And Yahweh Shai, when he was on the cross and he was able to
What you got?
accomplish.
What you got, Hebrews?
No, I was saying we didn't finish the last verse, and he was like, when you complete something, you want to finish it.
I got you right here. Hebrews 12:2. Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame,
Yep.
and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh.
So just like we're out here sacrifice, or just like our Lord Yahweh Shai sacrificed on the cross, and it had to take all that abuse, you know, from these peasants.
Now
right?
it's our turn.
Now it's our turn.
Right.
Okay. So let me get something to that. So this is John 15:18. If the world hate you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love its own. But because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Right? So this is John 15:20. Remember the word that I said unto you, that the servant is not greater than his Lord Yahweh Shai. If they have persecuted me, then they will persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake.
For what, bro? For the what?
For what? That name's sake,
The
which is
name.
Yahweh Shai. And this is how he looks. He's not a so-called white man.
Right.
Okay? This is how he looks. Okay? He looks like his father, Yahweh, and the son, Yahweh Shai. But all these things were they do unto my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Yeah, so they don't know the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. A lot of people don't know that Yahweh Shem Yahshai controls good and evil. Going back to Isaiah 45:7. I create the light, I create the darkness, I the Lord do all these things. Okay? So when he created these actors, these mockers, and these scoffers, that's the role that they got to play in. They got a mocker, okay? A scoffer. Wicked Jake.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then also you got the prophets coming back. You know, the prophets and the apostles, okay, playing their role. So everybody's and playing their part, just like Esau Edom with his wickedness. He's playing his part in the role of the movie. He's being a wicked Edomite, just like he is.
And he don't even know it.
Yeah, he don't even know it.
The only difference is that we know that we are those, hopefully those men.
Yeah, through this word, through Yahweh Shai.
Done.
Okay, that's why we're going to be persecuted, and that's why we need to be renewed in our mind, renewed in not following these pagan holidays.
Yep.
That's one thing right now is going on, is everyone got that
Christmas spirit.
Yeah, that Christmas spirit.
There's a Christmas tree that burnt up.
Yes,
in New York.
yeah, and that's God.
And that's the spirit of everybody right now, man.
Yep.
Everybody's like fuck these pagan holidays, man.
Right.
Yep.
You know, hey, this kingdom is through.
Yeah, and
And it's showing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
then
elites are putting
everybody-
a squeeze on the whole world.
Yep.
You know,
While they're doing
that
it.
spirit of mirth is slowly being taken out of the earth, and also at the same time, on the right hand side, the spirit of prophecy is being
Popping.
is being pushed out on the internet at a very high level through the prophets.
Amplified.
You know, amplified, man. This gospel being preached
Yep.
onto the four corners of the earth, and the hopeful elect are waking up.
Yep.
And that spirit of remembrance is being put on the hopeful elect.
Sirach 39:1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. You know, so hey, the prophecies is what we live by, man. You know, by foreseeing, by reading the scriptures and aligning them with current events.
Yep.
Hey, that's us constantly being meditating on these scriptures and what's going on in the world, man. You know, being ultimately occupied in prophecies, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Let me get this real quick. Ecclesiastes 4:1. So I returned and considered all the oppressions that are done under the sun. And you can break it down.
Go ahead.
And behold, the tears of such as were oppressed.
Yo, which is us brothers. We're being oppressed by who? By the oppressor, which is Esau, starting with Amalek.
And they had no comforter.
Yeah, and that goes into the apostle seal. There was a time where we didn't have the comforter, which is the Rakak Wadash, pursuant to John 14:26.
Yep. And on the other side of their oppressors, there was power, but they had no comforter.
Yep. The Rakak Wadash. But now through the mercies of the Heavenly Father, through His Son Yahweh Shai, now we have that comforter. And we have it right here, the Holy Scriptures. Okay, with the angels and messengers giving us brothers the guidance to fulfill, Yahweh Shai's blueprint here on earth.
John 14:26. But the Comforter, which is Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, which is the Holy Ghost, the Ruach HaKodesh, whom the Father Yahweh will send in my name. He shall teach you all things and bring all things to your remembrance, whatsoever I said unto you. And the brother brought out a remembrance.
Yeah.
Okay, that goes back to us remembering who we are, remembering what our customs. Okay, remembering not to worship after Esau Edom. Remember not to put a woman above you. Okay, remember to
Yeah, I'm about to say that. And Deuteronomy 32:7.
Yeah, and that's us being brought back to remembrance of our Lord Yahweh Shai, but we needed that comforter. Just like Yahweh Shai had to go through that persecution, we're going through it right now. But we have this word to be able to comfort us and give us stability in this time, right?
I got you right here, bro. This in the law, Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, who's our father, Yahweh, and he will show you what the prophecies. Thy elders, right, the apostles, elders at Great Millstone, and they will tell thee what? The true doctrine of Yahweh Bash Shai. How to teach it, right?
The
Now-
scriptures say also seek ye the old paths, roughly paraphrasing.
Or in Job, right?
Yeah. And that old path, is the righteous way, which slowly and surely is getting, that spirit is coming upon the men, servants of prophecy, Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, and the believers. Those watching and listening and learning, those that walk up to the camp that actually are sincere and genuine.
I got you right here, bro, real quick. Jeremiah 6:16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways, and see and ask for the old paths, not the modern day paths like metaverse, Scientology, witchcraft. It says the old paths. Where is the good way? And walk therein. Who's the good way? Yahweh Shai. And ye shall find rest for your souls. Through who? Through the Comforter, the Holy Spirit. But they said, right, 2/3 of our people have said, we will not walk therein. There you go. That's our people, man. They don't want to walk in the ways of our ancestors or forefathers, man.
I just want to. I know kind of got off topic, but
Khan, Amalek?
Amalek
Khan.
prophesy against Mount Seir.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bring
yeah.
it out, bro.
Khan, finish off on Ezekiel 35. I started from the top again. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Yeah, set thy face against Mount Seir, and that's what we're doing. And we're setting our face against Mount Seir, which is here in North America, man. Go ahead, bro.
And prophesy against it.
It says,
Well,
well,
that's the one I was
prophesy
told- I was
against
talking
it.
about.
Prophesy against it.
And that's exactly what us brothers are doing these last days, prophesying against Mount Seir.
Yep.
Prophesying about their downfall, okay, their different conspiracy theories, okay, their plots and their agendas.
Yep. And you know, ultimately, this is the duty of a prophet. You know, Jeremiah 28 chapter.
Con 28 and 8.
You know, but I just want you brought out conspiracy theory. I just want to bring out this. I saw this on Instagram a while back.
Right.
It says it is possible that many conspiracy theories are pushed by the government, especially the more insane ones, in order to discredit the actual conspiracy theories
Psalm 64.
that have actual points.
Yep.
It says it is an intentional misinformation campaign that the purpose of which is to turn normal people away from the truth.
Yep. And real quick, the word conspiracy. Okay, conspiracy theory actually means a plan, or I think they call it a scheme, a scheme of the mind.
Yep.
Okay, a conspiracy, you need 2 or more people, okay, to plot against, okay, you know, the enemy, so to
Well,
speak.
yeah.
Also on the right hand side, where 2 or more are gathered in my name,
Con,
I am in the midst of thee.
con,
And we're conspiring on the right hand side
In
as far as
righteousness.
in righteousness
Yeah.
to overthrow this man's kingdom, which is
the-
written in the scriptures,
The
man.
only difference is that this is not a theory, this is the actual truth.
The truth.
Yeah.
And the term conspiracy theories came about. It was, what was that Operation Mockingbird? You know, which ultimately was the thing that set off what was it, World War II or the Vietnam War? One of the two.
It's the media, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, the media, they control all the media. Okay, so they're pushing forth what their propaganda. So whenever, whenever they go against another country, what do? Oh, these guys are terrorists. These guys are extremists, which is the same thing they're doing against us. Okay, that's why they have these. The guy up there in Wisconsin, you know, hit the people. Then he was a pedophile. He was a black Hebrew Israelite. He was all these things.
BLM.
Yeah, he was BLM. he loved Hitler.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he was all these different things.
What's the characteristic of being a terrorist, man? You promote fear, man, and promote terror. Now we doing it on the right hand side, but
Yeah.
Esau, look at what he's doing, man.
Yep.
He's the biggest of them.
Yep.
You know, it promotes fear and terror to all these other nations,
Yep.
and that's why they bow down to him. But hey, they're waking up to it, man.
Yep.
And the beast is mad.
Gun, because look at what they did with that pandemic. Okay, that first Beetlejuice that came out, right? They started to move closer to what their New World Order, the Novus Ordo Seclorum, which is on the back of their dollar bill. And the brother brought it out too with the God, going back to Eliphaz, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Gold, oil, and drugs.
God is my gold, or gold is my
Yeah,
power.
and so all those things, and then also goes back to May 1st, 1776, on the back of their dollar bill. So this is all
Oh.
symbolism.
Real quick, bro, Salakia, under the dollar bill where it says 1776, that's actually written in the Roman numerals. That's how you know it's Esau, Edom,
Yep.
1776.
Roman kingdom, the Rome
Right.
coming
Two-
back,
2.0 coming
2.0.
back.
Yeah.
That fourth beast.
Yep. And they're trying to push forth that, their New World Order with that, that pandemic with that Beetlejuice. And what did they do? It worked so good, they brought it out again.
Con.
And they just,
Con.
and that just shows that they do the same thing. Nothing's new under the sun.
Cycle.
They just did the same thing 2 years ago.
Right.
And now they're doing it again. That's why we're prophesying again on about the same thing. What Esau, Edom, Mount Seir.
Real quick, bro, I got the word conspiracy, the etymology. It says conspiracy, a noun, a plotting of evil, unlawful design, a combination of persons, that's plural, for what? An evil purpose.
Yep. And
There you go.
and what's their purpose? To bring in that Novus Ordo Seclorum, their enterprise.
That
Right.
grain of rice. They want to put that grain of rice. We call it the grain of rice just for, channel strikes and so on and so forth.
Hey,
Sakes.
but-
They want to put the grain
This
of
is,
rice in your brain. And
Yeah.
Elon Musk is looking to seek FDA approval for the grain of rice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
So-
know? And the grain of rice is the charagma,
Charagma in the Greek.
in the Greek.
If you don't know what a charagma is, look
Yeah.
it up in the blue letter Bible.
And it's not spiritual.
Right.
And if it is spiritual, then where's the mandate and where's the FDA approval for the spiritual mark?
Because when you go into that,
Where's the push for that?
Right.
Why aren't they taking down spiritual mark videos? Why are they taking down videos that go into RFID, you know what?
Right.
Because that's their next plan that they plan on doing. You know?
And that's, you know, when you go into that charagma, that goes into a graven image, which goes back to a form of slavery, okay?
A branding of the slave.
Yeah, a branding of the slave, because they want to put that that charagma on you so they can say, hey, he's with me.
Because
Basically.
in reality,
They wanna own you.
Yeah, they want to own
if you
you.
look at it spiritually also, at that charagma goes into Esau's seed. And according to the law, if you know the enemy puts that seed inside that woman,
Yep.
that kid that's born, that's pretty much yours, bro.
Yep.
Psalms 33 and 10, because this is what's going to happen to him. Yep. The Lord, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, bringeth the counsel of the heathen to naught. He maketh the devices of the people none effect.
Yeah, the devices of the people none effect. That also goes into Job 5 and 12.
Yep.
And it also goes into how
Job 18.
Job 18, the water, how Yahushua is going to stop the enterprise. Examples of enterprises of Esau as well is Amazon, Google, is FDA,
Yep.
the WHO.
Yeah, because again, going back to the brother brought out, as far as the mockingbirds, right? When they were controlling the media, and that's what they're doing right now. Because if you go on Facebook or Twitter, what do? They'll say you can't say this certain information we brought out earlier, right? Also, the same thing that they're doing on YouTube. They're saying things are misinformation. Okay, when you won't even be talking about that subject, but you're talking about NWO.
Yep.
Yeah, you're talking about the NWO.
They hit the camp video. that
Yeah,
I did on
yeah,
Sunday.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wasn't even. I
watched the first
I didn't
40
even
minutes
watch.
of it.
I didn't even say or go into the pharmacia industry. You know, I was just talking about the grain of rice and how it is what it is. And then I got the video strike the next day. I was expecting hate speech because you know I was going in on Amalek through the Spirit. The Spirit hopped on me to hop on Amalek and tell him what was going to happen through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. And then you get the video taken down. And there was also another brother that got this video taken down. The brother in Las Vegas, the Gadai brother.
Right.
Yep. So whatever that you're talking about, I also had where you're. I was speaking about the food supply and what they're trying to do with that, because that's ultimately how they're going to bring in a lot of things when people need to eat, their children need to eat, and things like that. That's why you see the blockade and the siege, which is a military tactic that Esau Edom is doing against Babylon to make them conform to the
India.
ways in
India.
this world. Yeah.
No poke, no food.
Yeah.
New Brunswick, Canada, no poke, no food. You know, they're putting that vibration out there of basically getting people to bow down to the image and worship the image, and eventually the charagma once they introduce it. And the fact that they're taking these channels down, taking the videos down, it shows that that's exactly what they plan on doing. There's this phrase in the world: "A hit dog will bark," man. You know.
And Amalek terminating brothers' channels, that's a sign of Esau, Amalek declaring war to the prophets. And real quick,
Exodus 17 and 16.
I got it here too. Bring it out, bro. Bring it out. I can't.
Yeah, for he said, because the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai has sworn that the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
And that's why brothers' channels are being terminated. Why? Because we're condemning the devil. A dreadful sound is in his ears. Go ahead, bro.
Exodus 15 and 3, the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai is a man of war. The Lord is his name.
Yeah, Yahweh is his name. Okay, and what do you do when you go to war? Bro, want to get Deuteronomy 21?
I got one more for you.
Bring it out, bro.
Isaiah 33 and 18, thine heart shall meditate terror. Where is the scribe? Where is the receiver? Where is he that counteth the towers? You know, and this word is a dreadful sound to Esau Edom's ears, man. You know, the two witnesses are tormenting him, man, before the time. The angels popping up, you know, at military bases. You know, the angels popping up in Edomite neighborhoods, you know, circling their community, you know, shutting on and off the nuclear reactors and nuclear facilities, you know.
Yeah, this is real war right here, man. Spiritual warfare. Now, Esau sees it carnally, but we see it spiritually, man. That's how we're going to bring down Amalek.
That's that balance.
And in the law, it actually shows you what to do when you're at war in a spiritual warfare. Go ahead, bro.
Deuteronomy 20 and 1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies.
And who's our enemies? Psalms 83. Esau, Ishmael, Moab, Ammon.
Amalek. Going back
Amalek,
to
mainly.
Deuteronomy 25 and 17.
Khan.
I gotta bring that up. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies and seest the horses and chariots and people more than thou.
And aren't they more than us? You know, but in the spirit, we're more than them.
Yep, because we have the angels with us too.
And what are Esau's chariots and horses? They're helicopters, they're jets, they're tanks. They're
John
locals.
Revelator spoke on it. You know how the scorpions, and he
Serpents and scorpions.
That's right. Yeah, he used those images because obviously they didn't have that kind of technology back then.
Con.
So Deuteronomy 20 and 1 in the middle. Be not afraid of them,
Be not afraid of them. You're not supposed to be afraid of the enemy. Go ahead, bro.
for the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Rashai is with
There
thee,
you go. Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai is with us. So there's nothing to fear, man. Go ahead, bro.
which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt.
Yeah, which is the house of bondage. And now the modern day Egypt is here in Babylon the Great. Egypt 2.0. Go ahead, bro.
And it shall be when we come nigh unto the battle, and the priest shall approach and speak unto the
And
people,
who are the priests? The elders, apostles, the great millstone on down to the younger brothers. Go ahead.
and shall say unto them, Hear, O Israel,
Hear who, bro?
O
Oh, the
Israel.
whole world.
Yeah.
Israel.
Yeah, Israel,
Hey,
sons
starting
of
with
the
the
power.
remnant, the elect, the hopefully elect.
Ye approach this day unto
The battle, you approach this day to the battle, right? Go ahead, bro.
the battle against your enemies.
Against your enemies.
Let not your hearts faint, fear not, and do not tremble, neither you be terrified because of them.
Yeah, so in the law, okay, if you were to be terrified or afraid in warfare, that's a sin, bro.
Yeah.
1 John 3 and 4. Sin is the transgression of the law. So if you're scared to go to war, hey, you're going off, man. Gird up your loins. Go ahead, bro.
Exodus 14 and 14.
Go on, bro.
The Lord Yahweh shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace.
Yeah, just relax.
Chill.
Man. The Lord's gonna do the work.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the Lord's gonna activate us.
That's right.
And give us spiritual powers to overcome the wicked. Jeremiah 51 and 20? Ye are my axe and weapons of war. If you paraphrase.
Battle axe, yep. And what was that? Would you say? What was that? Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 51.
Psalms 144. What is it?
Isaiah 40.
144?
Isaiah
44 and 1.
Yeah.
Isaiah 40 and 28. Hast thou not known? Hast thou not heard? That the everlasting power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, the creator of the ends of the earth,
Yeah,
fainteth not.
the architect of the universe. Go ahead, bro.
Yep.
Neither is weary. There is no search of his understanding. He giveth, Isaiah 40 and 29, he giveth power to the faint,
Yep.
and to them that have no might, he increaseth strength.
Yeah, and them that have no might, he increases strength. And that's talking about us brothers.
Even the youth shall faint and be weary,
Right.
and the young men shall utterly fall. But they that wait upon the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles.
Yep.
They shall run and not be weary.
Yeah, spiritual powers, man. Go
They
ahead, bro.
shall walk and not faint.
And that's what's happening right now, man. Pursuing to, I think that's Zechariah 12 and 8,
Yep.
that the tabernacle of David, those who are feeble in the spirit, will receive strength to overcome the wicked, man.
When the enemy comes in like the flood, the spirit of the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua will lift up a standard. And if you go into that word spirit, it goes into spiritual power, and also standard goes into spiritual power. You know, one of the definitions is disappear,
Man.
hide. And if you go into spirit, it goes into exerting warlike energy, miscellaneous,
Wow.
you know.
Hey, warlike energy, that's where you get, when you go into the word wisdom, Hakma, it says skill of war.
Yep.
And that's spiritual powers, man.
Yep. We're in a spiritual warfare right now. This is Psalms 37 and 7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Rashai, and wait patiently for him.
There you go again. Wait patiently.
Yeah.
Don't just wait, but wait patiently. And while waiting patiently, you got to be reading, praying, edifying, exhorting, man.
And that word patiently goes into suffering.
Yep. Long
Right?
suffering.
Suffering and going back to what? Hardening our heart for the things that are about to happen.
The trying of your faith worketh patience.
Yep, beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're going to be tried in this time. Okay, we're going to see a lot of death. We're already seeing families against families. Okay, we might have to give up a job
Yep.
for this truth. Okay, so all these different things. This is hardening our heart away from this world. Again, going back to Romans 12 and 2, being renewed in our mind, right? To be
numb.
able, to be for that, numb to what?
Time.
Because that's what you do in war. You're not going when you're in war. You're not talking
You
about.
can't bring your feelings with
bring
you.
Your, bring your
Yeah.
wife.
Can't
with
bring
you.
your
You
emotions.
can't
Hey,
bring
real
your wife.
quick, when you go back to the law in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, it says if you have a wife, don't go to war. If you have like a wife that you have to take care of, just don't go, man.
Yep.
You have a vineyard, so on and so forth, just go back home, man.
That's right. Not supposed to take women to camp. You know.
Fine.
Yep.
Fine.
You're going out to you're going out to war, you know. And you have a lot of men who go out and teach the truth on the highways and byways and highways and hedges, and you see women out there on the battlefield, man. You know, that's off.
Yep.
When Israel went to war, there was no women out there on the battlefield, man. It was all men.
I got you right here, bro, real quick. Deuteronomy 20 and 7.
Yep.
And what man is there that hath betrothed a wife and has not taken her? let him go and return unto his house, lest he die in the battle, and another man take her. And the officers shall speak further unto the people, and they shall say, what man is there that is fearful or faint-hearted? Let him go and return unto his house, lest his brethren's heart faint as well as his heart. So if you have a fearful brother, he can't be next to you, man, because he's also going to put that spirit of fear on you, man.
That's why Paul was like, as if act as if you don't have a wife. Being in this truth, man. You gotta you may deal with a woman, but you gotta act as if
Like
she's not even there, man.
Remember Lot's wife.
Yep. Joshua 1 and go ahead.
No, go get it.
Joshua 1 and 9, have not I commanded thee, be strong and of good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shai, thy power is with thee, whatsoever thou goest.
Hey, I'm gonna back you up. Isaiah 41 and 10.
I was gonna get that.
That's the spirit. Isaiah 41 and 10. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
And that's what Yahweh Shai told the disciples. I am with thee until the end of the world, man.
Yeah.
The spirit of Yahweh Shemiah Shai is here with us, man.
That's right.
And also the angels are here, man.
Yep. Right.
You know, when I had the video done on Sunday, man, there was a chariot sighting right above my head, man.
Yep.
And other brothers have had chariot sightings as well. Yep. And those are confidence builders, man.
Hey, speaking of chariot, hey, I put it in the group chat today, man. My my kid's mother, man, she was recording. She was we're FaceTiming, man. And she's telling me, she's like, there's something in the sky, and it's like it's like a shooting star, but it's not moving. It's moving real slow. So I was like, show me. So I was like, get off FaceTime, record it, and send it to me. And she did it, bro. It was a chariot, man. And she's over 100 miles away, man. So that was a faith booster in itself.
Yep. Isaiah 31 and 5, as birds flying, so will the Lord of hosts defend Jerusalem. Defending also, he will deliver it, and pass over, he will preserve it.
Hey, he's preserving his elect, man. He's only sending chariots over the men and those who are underneath those men to protect them, essentially.
And those chariot sightings are only popping up on men who have the 100% correct, true doctrine.
That's right. Yep.
You don't see these other groups who are talking about John the Baptist wasn't in the truth have chariots popping up at their camp.
Yep.
You don't have these other groups who are packing heat, packing knives to camp.
Right.
You know, the big shiny armband Israelites,
right. You don't see chariots
the
there.
spiritual mark Israelites, they're not getting visited by the chariots because they don't have the 100% truth, man.
Because they're not doing this right here. Psalms 37 and 7, just finish it off. Rest in the Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shai and wait patiently for him. Yeah, they're not waiting patiently. They're trusting in the riches of this world.
To wait on Yahweh Shai? No, that's weak.
Yeah, that's weak. Hebrews is weak.
You know
what I
the
mean?
book of Hebrews ain't the word of Yahweh Shemiah Shai.
Putting a cap on the kingdom, 1,000 years, only 1,000 years.
1,000 years.
Esau can be in reign for longer than our Lord Yahweh Shai.
That reminds me of the Jadakiss CD where it was a skit. He was like, no chrome, only alloy. Jay Jerkin niggas.
Yeah. Was that We Are the Streets?
The Jadakiss Last Kiss album.
Oh, okay.
I want to back you up real quick. Sirach 2 and 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord Yahweh, prepare thyself for temptation. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. And that's exactly what they're doing. That's why they bring around those knives and those guns, man. They're trying to make haste in the time of trouble, defending themselves. So they don't trust in the Heavenly Father to defend them.
And also people with the fake doctrines, they're coming with the fake doctrines. They're just bored. They're bored. They're not waiting patiently. They're bored in this word. Every day you can look at something in the scriptures.
They're waxing
you can look at one. Yeah, they're not going to the Greek. They're not going into the Latin.
No breakdowns.
You know what I mean? No breakdowns. You know what I mean? They're not listening to the elders and apostles. They're just like, I'm going to do my own videos.
And if they do, they change the doctrine.
They'll change the doctrine.
Jeremiah 48 and 10, going into that. Cursed be he that doeth the work of Adawan Yahweh Shemiah Shai deceitfully.
Yeah, because you could do the work, but is it the righteous sacrifice? If it's not, the Lord will destroy you, man. Go ahead, bro.
He knows your heart.
That's exactly right.
Cain had a wicked sacrifice.
All kind.
You know?
Yeah, the wrong
You are of your father. You are of your father, the devil.
John 8 and 14.
Yahweh Shai was talking to Israelites, man, when he said that, man. Those same Israelites are back in the reincarnation, murmuring against Yahweh Shemiah Shai. You know, same way they were murmuring against Moses in the wilderness, man. All those men who murmur were put to death. Same thing's gonna happen to those guys in this reincarnation, man. You know. Let me finish this real quick. Jeremiah 48:10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of Adonai Yahweh Bashim Yahshua deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. You can't be afraid to cut these guys, man. Put a mark on these guys, scorpeo.
With these
This right
Mark
here.
them that cause division.
That's right.
You know, slice the wicked spiritually.
Not physically.
Yeah. There was a guy that, the
Psalms-
first guy I had held camp with, he was talking about he wanted to slice the wicked. I had to send him a text like, hey, don't be bringing no knives to camp. You know,
If you want to bring knives, go to the Sakari.
go,
man.
go to Sakari.
Hey, Slakia, I just want to bring this out because
Okay.
it's testimony. Just coming up to camp, the brother brought out his apocrypha,
Okay.
and it was all beat up, man. And I was like, hey, man, that's symbolic for this. You know, it's a sword, man.
Yeah.
So when you go to
Go to
battle,
war, man.
when you go to war, your blade isn't meant to be
Yeah.
all nice and shiny the whole time, man. You're gonna get some blood on it, some
Yeah.
spiritual blood on it. It's gonna get beat up, okay?
Yep.
And that's how that's how it works, man.
And that's why we're coming out here with, with our beards. Okay, we're not coming out here trying to be like Esau, Edom. You know, we're not coming out here with suits on. You know what I
Fresh
mean?
lineups.
We're not coming out here, with gimmicks. You know, hey, look at this trick. Look at this what I'm doing. Hey, we're gonna give you this. We're gonna give you this. No, we're not coming with an incentives. We're just trying
Fancy
to give
titles, prophets, slice the wicked.
Yeah.
At Mission Beach.
Someone gets beat up at camp.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? We're not coming out with these catchy titles. We're coming out with live camp. Highways and hedges, San Diego.
Ron and Cut.
Patreon is the website that Sakari uses to host their videos that are too
Where
explicit.
they get money. Yeah.
No, the ones that were motherfuckers are getting beat up and shit.
Oh, okay.
'Cause I used to labor with those guys, so I know about Patreon. And you actually have to subscribe to Patreon.
Yeah.
You got to give them money, so you can watch the Too Hot for TV videos.
Lick the bottom of my boot.
Yeah.
The lick the boot Israelite, the lick the
Oh,
boot
God.
videos.
God.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai is
The
not
ones
even
where
getting his
Esau
boots.
Edom is actually getting a staff put upside his head.
Man, wicked,
And
bro.
Yahweh Shai is not even getting his boots licked, so why would you get yours?
Hey, Yahweh Shai,
Okay.
he actually cleaned the feet of the.
exactly.
You know what I'm
Disciples,
saying?
God.
That's
Yeah.
right, man. So
That's humility right there.
That's humility, and we gotta we come in that same spirit, man.
Yep.
You know, we're not out here doing what the brothers was talking about. You know what I'm saying? We ain't
Yeah.
trying to beat up nobody.
Right.
But we will beat you up with these words, man.
Right.
Defending the doctrine.
You know?
Okay.
Hey, well, Psalm 94:16. Who will stand up
Against the evildoers.
against the evildoers? Stand up for me against the evildoers.
The
You know,
workers
and
of
that's
iniquity.
right. Hey, so those are the real men of the Lord.
Because again, we're in a warfare. We're in a warfare against 2/3 of our own people. Okay.
And these other nations.
and the heathen nations.
Everybody, man.
Okay. And we're still standing up boldly in the kingdom. Right?
First-
And their kingdom.
First Maccabees 12:9.
Yeah.
Therefore we also, albeit we need none of these things.
Yep.
We don't need strap.
Yep.
We don't need the chopper, the Draco, man.
Yep.
This is the real chopper and the Draco. This is
Right.
actually cutting Esau, Edom to the
pieces,
heart, man.
to shreds.
It's cutting them to the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth pink meat.
It's the meat grinder right here.
That's right. This is all we need, That reminds me of Bel and the Dragon. For I will slay this dragon without sword, this is the sword that we need.
Yep.
Without a physical sword,
Finish that off.
First Maccabees 12:9. Therefore, we also, albeit we need none of those things, Slack it. Therefore, we also, albeit we need none of these things,
Yep.
for we have the holy books of the scriptures in our hands to comfort us.
Woo, that's one of my favorite scriptures right there, man.
Comfort one another with these words.
Yeah.
Speak
Oh.
to my children comfortably, roughly paraphrasing. Speak to them comfortably. How are we speaking to them as far as the hope of the elect comfortably?
Right.
By edifying and putting out videos.
You brought that out when we're in the car. 1 Corinthians, the 14th chapter.
Oh, yeah,
Comfort each other,
26.
edify with psalms.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one,
that's right.
son.
Hey, this is
Beautiful,
real
bro.
quick. This is Isaiah.
Yeah, I'll bring it up.
Isaiah 40:1. Comfort ye my people, saith your power. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished.
Comfort
Hey.
ye my people.
Yep.
That's a possessive statement, And who was the law given to? The Israelites, man. There was no other nation of people that was there when Moses had the law, man.
Yeah, Deuteronomy 4:44 and Deuteronomy the 5th chapter.
It says in the scriptures, they're just passing by, a Moabite shall not enter into the congregation to the 10th generation, man.
Hey, they did that on. Heavenly Father did it on purpose. Instead of Moabite running across.
As we're talking about the other nations
That's
not
right.
not being a part of this, man.
That's right.
That's what
Oh, that's also in Lamentations.
that's also in Ezra. You have nothing to do with building the temple,
Yep.
I'm gonna finish this off real
Can't
quick.
build with us.
I mean, go
Yeah, you can't build with us, man. Also, those men who aren't in the right spirit, you can't build with this either, unless you repent and come to the understanding, you know, and Yahweh Bashim Yahshai puts the spirit of discernment on you to realize you're not in the right doctrine.
Humility.
You know?
Real quick, bro. Slug.
Having humility is very important in this
Going
thing.
into,
Because
going
we're
out,
humble.
entering
humility
to
before
the
honor.
congregation.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're humbling ourselves to the heavenly, to Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai humbling
It's also
himself
the law as
to
well.
Yahweh.
Con.
Okay, so when you're coming with your own thing, you have to learn from men that have been in it for a little bit, that have more,
experience.
that have that experience.
Yeah, con.
Apocrypha
Okay.
talks about that. I
Yep.
think it's Sirach.
Yep.
You're still in that comfort spirit, bro?
Yeah, con.
Okay, bro, bring it out.
Isaiah 40:2, speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished. And what does that talk about? That's referring to that victory that the book of Revelations, what is it, the 14th chapter or the 15th chapter? You know, hey, that victory, man. We've already won the victory. It says that her iniquity is pardoned, for she has received of the Lord's hand double for all her sins.
Yeah, we already caught hell, man.
Yep.
We're still catching hell, but you know, at a low level. But Yahweh is going to redeem us from that hell, man.
That's right.
Because
We're on the tail end of it.
And Yahweh
Of our
already
punishment.
conquered death, man.
Yep.
So what do you have to be afraid of? You know? You know?
which is Esau, Edom. Okay,
Yeah.
so
The judgment's already written, man. All you got to do is endure to the
Yeah.
end and believe the report.
Yeah.
You know?
declaring the
The
end
end
from
from
the
the
beginning. Was that
Let me get
Isaiah
that.
46 and 9? Let me get this. Psalms
Go ahead.
37 and 7. Rest in the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself. Yeah, don't worry. Don't be faint-hearted, right? Because of him, he will prosper in his way. And that's Esau, Edom. He's what? Prospering in his way. And that's 2/3 of our people, too. You know, you might see these certain celebrities, they're prospering in this world, but really they have nothing.
Yeah.
Because riches profit you nothing in the day of wrath, right?
Riches drive away sleep. That's what
Yep.
it says in the book, in the Apocrypha. I think it's the 31st chapter in the first verse. The pursuing of riches drive away sleep. You know?
Yep. Good. Psalms 37 and on the bottom,
Okay.
because of man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Yeah, so
His metaverse.
the metaverse. Yeah, so
Okay.
and me and the brother Ash were, speaking about as far as the metaverse, they're gonna start bringing it out on metaverse. You know, they're gonna bring it on the highways and byways, but it's gonna be, in the comfort of your home.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna have it snowing and raining,
Right.
but
In
in the
season,
comfort-
out of season.
The metaverse.
in season, out of season.
Okay.
That's when the old Jake, that been they've been hiding for like 10, 15 years. They come back out. Hey, remember me? Remember me? I used to
Come back out with the decorated what's
Digital
that?
beard and shit.
Yeah, with
Digital
the
beard.
decorated avatar.
Oh yeah, they had the ball.
big ass armbands and shit. You know,
Yeah.
big ass gold,
big staff.
Yeah, big ass gold garment.
Oh, man.
You know.
Yep.
Talking about man, I'm out here.
I
Man.
never left.
Yep.
I'm
Best
here
of the
doing the
best.
work.
Yep.
Man.
The best of the best, and and that just shows those are those wicked devices that this devil is putting out because simple people are gonna do that certain stuff.
Yeah.
Jake is simple.
Yeah.
Okay, they're gonna, and then they're already doing it with the Beetlejuice. You know what I mean? They didn't even have to take it; they just want to take it. You know?
I say 1 in 3, the hogs know it, the owner. No, it's it.
Yep. And our people are simple.
I want to get that real quick. Proverbs 1 and 22. It says, "How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
So what?
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge."
Yep.
And that's what happened about 45 minutes ago with this guy coming up, man. He just came up to scorn. He wasn't sincere at all. And also, that's what's happening right here on this other side. Where this dreadhead guy is talking about, oh, nobody's wicked, so on and so forth.
No. He was saying he's saying we all wicked. We all. He's trying to look. What he's trying to do. He's trying to get
get
attention.
seen.
He's
Yeah,
trying to get seen. He's
Yeah.
trying to be validated. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
He wants validation.
That's
And he's
big,
not gonna
man.
get it.
Our people want validation.
Hey, look at me. Hey, see, look, I'm on your side.
I'm out here too.
I'm helping y'all.
I'm out here too, just to mock and scoff
Yeah.
instead of building. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or just inquiring, like, oh, what do you guys, what doctrine do you have?
Yeah,
Oh,
we don't
he
need
just-
we don't need no cheerleaders, man.
Yeah.
That's right.
We don't need we need lions, man.
Isaiah 46 and 8, talking about that. Remember this, and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. And you got a lot of men who are not being men. They're not serving Yahweh Bashim Yahushai in truth and sincerity. They're doing the work of the Lord deceitfully, not hitting the highways and byways, not making their bodies a living sacrifice, not coming up under order, but they're in the movie just to do that. Also, Isaiah 46 and 9, since you mentioned it, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High, and there is none else. I am Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. And how does he do that? Through the prophets. Hosea 12 and 10, you know? My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. Every single one of these prophecies is going to hit, you know? Yep. And the word of Adawan Yahweh Bashem Yahushai doesn't go out void. But you got a lot of men saying so.
It also says, woe unto you that are not, woe unto you that lost patience. Okay?
What shall you do when the Lord shall visit you?
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Because
You know?
those chariots is a sign of visitation. So if
Yeah.
you didn't believe in them, and then now they're putting that in the mainstream media. Okay, they're putting that out there, and that's really Yahweh Bashem Yahushai putting that out here,
Putting the vibration.
putting that
You
vibration.
know, kingdom vibes, man.
Yeah, kingdom
Right.
vibes.
Hey, you know, it was a very like big faith booster for me, man. It was they had a camera on the what it looked like the surface of, you know, atmosphere or whatever you want to call it.
Oh, the picture you showed me earlier?
And it was a video,
Okay.
but it was kind of like you could see a part of the earth in the distance, and all you see is just chariots, just one after another, just flying out, and all in the same direction at that. But it was like 20, 30 plus, you know, chariots happening within a 10-second time frame. You know what I'm saying?
That's over there, so
And see that this
Just carry
conversation
them on by
right here is
yourself.
a dark saying for 2/3 of our people. Speaking about the chariots, you know, they don't even know what that is,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Because they they love the riches of this world. You know, they're trying to stack it up. They're trying
Esau's
to get,
their daddy, man.
Yeah,
the white
Esau-
man's their daddy.
exactly. That's Stockholm
Dr.
syndrome.
Fauci, you
Yeah,
know?
Dr. Fauci. They trust in
That's his
every
daddy.
word that Fauci has. Why? Because he is what? Science.
Yep.
So our people don't believe, and Yahweh Shem Shai, they don't believe that there's something that we can't see, right? That we can have faith in something and believe so much that we will be out here, what, on the highways and the byways, standing in great boldness against what? These mockers, these scoffers, right? That all they want to do is act like everything's funny. What's funny about chariots coming and beams of light coming out and people running, dying from famine and from pestilence?
What's funny about you having your eye sockets burned through, man?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know?
Fervent heat.
And your tongue dissolving in your mouth.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing funny about that, man.
Yep.
You know?
You know, and that's what we're here to do, is give our people warning, because, you know, we of course we laugh at certain things, but that's that stability that Yahweh Shem Shai has given us.
Balance.
Yeah,
you know?
that's that balance. You know what I mean? Because we can't be, you know,
Austere all the
yeah,
time.
all the time. We're
100%.
always, you know, thugged out. Or you know what I mean? Always austere. You know, we're austerior men, but you know, you have to be in the workforce. You have to be in this world. That's the whole point of waiting patiently.
Yahweh
We're made in
Shai
this
has a sense of humor. He
Yeah.
says, therefore will I laugh at your calamity.
Yeah.
Yep.
We're laughing at these guys who are just bugged out, man. And the Wadi Al Shai, that we're not, you know,
Yep.
in all black,
Okay.
talking about John the Baptist wasn't in the truth.
Yep.
Man, that's
Big ass
scary.
shiny armbands
Yep.
with the
Spikes.
second and third booster shot.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh man.
With
Gotta
glasses,
be careful.
with black glasses on.
The phone.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Hey, I
The
got-
third booster phone. It's like it.
I got a precept to back you up.
Okay.
Because you're going into how, you know, Thwadi Yahabashi Mashai, for not us being partakers in that, you know.
Right.
This is 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 12. It says, seeing that we have such hope, we use great plainness of speech, and not as Moses, which put a veil over his face, that the children of Israel could not steadfastly look to the end of that which is abolished. But their minds were blinded. For unto this day remaineth the same veil untaken away in the reading of the Old Testament, which veil is done away with Hamashiach. But even unto this day, when Moses is read, the veil is upon their heart or their mind. They have a veil over their mind.
Yep.
And the Heavenly Father is literally blocking it off from them receiving this truth.
And that goes into Corinthians.
That's those angels, you know.
I got you real,
From receiving
I got
the
you real
understanding.
quick, bro. Salag.
Yep.
Acts 28 and 26, saying, "Go unto this people and say, hearing ye shall hear it and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see and not perceive."
Mm-hmm.
That's the one.
That's
man.
right. Hey, they're not going to get it. If the Heavenly Father wants you to have it, you best believe you're going to get it. Now, if He don't, hey man, you may think you got it, but
Right,
you
yeah.
just lost.
Like these are different camps, man.
Yeah.
1 John 2 and 20. But ye have an unction from the Holy One, and ye know all things.
No, only half of all things, bro.
Only
all
80
things.
only 85% of the truth.
85%. 99.9% of the truth.
If
Yahweh
we come together, we can get all of the truth.
Yahweh Shemi Shai
Can two
preserve
walk
this truth,
together,
man. Preserve the 100% truth so the elect can receive it in the purest fashion, man. You know?
Yep. The raw fashion, which is the real. You know, the real, the amath. Why do you think they're taking down people's videos? Okay, constantly. Why? Because you're in the truth. Why do you think it's so hard to find the truth? Okay, because they have hidden it. It's a 2 Corinthians.
One more precept. 2 John 2:21. I have not written unto you because ye know not the truth, but because ye know it, and that no lie is of the truth. Mm-hmm. No lie is of the truth, man. And you're talking about the certain men don't have the 100% 100% understanding. You're calling Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua a liar.
Yep.
You know,
That's
you're saying that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua couldn't preserve the 100% truth and the 100% understanding. You know.
It says in what is it, in Micah or Malachi, where it says, you know, he's not a God that he will lie, that he can lie.
Oh, this goes into that.
Malachi
2 John
3 and 6.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
And then
kinda.
also Numbers 23 and 19. Yep.
2 John 2:22. Who is a liar, but he that denieth that Hamashiach is the anointed? He is an antichrist that denieth the Father and the Son. Whosoever denieth the Son, the same hath not the Father, but he that acknowledgeth the Son hath the Father also. You got a lot of men who are not acknowledging the Son. You know, saying that the reverence of Yahushai's name after Yahweh is idolatry. You know, those are those same men who were coming against Yahushai back in the day coming back. The high chief priests, Pharisees, Sadducees, trying to get Yahushai to be tripped up in his word. The same men who were coming against Jeremiah. You know, they're back in their lot, man.
2 Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel be hid, right, and the gospel is what? The good news, be hid, it is hid to them that are lost, right? And we were lost before we found this truth. You know, we were in a Gentile state of mind. We were, we didn't, Hellenized, yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we didn't know that we were Hebrew Israelites.
We
you
were,
know,
who was Salaki? I don't.
no,
Was Grecians and
Gentiles.
Oh, the Greeks and the Grecians.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hellenized.
Yeah,
Yep.
we were just, we were Hellenized.
Americanized.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we were, man. Just like you have our people back in the day who were Romanized, and then the people who were Hellenized.
Whatever captivity that you're in, whatever
Yeah, people who were Babylonianized.
yeah, whatever slavery,
Egyptianized, you know.
fusionized, you know,
Yeah.
all the, you know, so
provinces.
yeah, so wherever
Yeah.
that we were in captivity, and we were in captivity, you know, we were in captivity over in Babylon, or modern day Babylon, which is America, right? And we were in a bitter, confused state. Okay, that where Babylon goes back to confusion, right? And America goes back to bitter. We were what? Following after pagan holidays. You know, we were. We're still in Hanukkah, right? Okay, we were in a, basically in a getting ready for Christmas. You know, putting up our tree.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know,
festive spirit.
that festive spirit, that Thanksgiving spirit. You know, wearing also that Halloween spirit, wearing masks.
The I Am Everyday People,
Yeah.
1992. You know, Black consciousness spirit, wearing the dashikis and shit.
Yeah, throwing up the fit, everything.
Just a few years ago, you know, for brothers that weren't in the truth, you were doing that Black Panther shit. You know,
Wakanda?
the
Yep.
Wakanda,
Yep.
Oh,
you know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
And then what was that? Barack Obama, when he came out, oh, we're gonna have the first black president.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
He's a Hamite.
Yeah, and he's a Hamite. Okay,
Hammy,
so
ham.
but that was a trick on your mind, just like Kamala Harris is the same thing. Oh, we gotta.
Elamite, ain't
Yeah.
she?
Yeah.
Her
Yeah.
dad is Elam.
Most
Yeah.
likely.
Yeah,
Most
yep.
likely.
With her grandfather, yeah, when it goes back. Yeah, so and basically, yeah, so all these are plays on your mind. These are enchantments on our people, because the gospel is hid to them, right? And whom the God of this world, right, and that goes into the God of this world is Esau, Edom, and this world hath blinded the minds that which believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Hamashiach, who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them. Yeah, so this light of Yahushua Hamashiach is not shining into them. Why? Because it is blinded by the angels that are encamped around them, to be able to not get this word.
Daniel 2 and 3 to back you up on that point, and 4. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And it says that, you know, the wicked shall not understand, but the wise shall understand. I'm right here, since I'll get it. Daniel 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly. And none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. Going into that, Daniel 2 and 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
Nah, bro, only for 1,000
Forever
years.
and
bro.
Ever and ever. One more
Go ahead,
precept.
go
ahead.
Daniel 12 and 4. Daniel 12 and 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even till the time of the end.
We are at the end.
Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased.
Yep.
You know? And how is this word running to and fro? The unicorn right now.
Yep.
You have brothers able to turn into the live stream through the unicorn, able to throw in precepts
Across the world.
across the world, and you could be in Germany, you could throw up a precept, and that could actually
Build
help to build a brother up.
That's right.
Who's in Australia, and the stream is being done in Babylon the Great. You know?
I want to bring this out real quick. This is because you mentioned in Daniel,
Yep.
the shine. You know, so we're going into the light.
And you talked about that during when Moses came down. He had a veil
That
over
veil,
him
that's right.
because he was so he was shining so hard. Israel was scared.
Exactly.
You know?
Hey, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Man.
Woo, that's
Hey,
a
man,
good
what
one.
was that word? Numb? That
Yep.
numb spirit?
Yeah.
Man, that's happening to brothers, man.
He says, a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine. You know, and just a quick little testimony, when me and the brother Gamar, we pulled up to the brother, we showed up to camp late one day.
It was on a Sunday.
It was on a Sunday,
Okay.
and we was walking up, and we saw these two brothers, man, just going in.
Okay.
And when we talked about it after we was putting our bags down, we was like, man, they look like they
Yeah,
shining,
they're
bro.
shining,
Like
bro.
they look taller, they look bigger. Like damn, like, we were both kind of like,
Like
oh
on this angle, we're coming down here, right? We're
Yeah.
like, man, they look like giants,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, and see, that's through the spirit, man. You know, and that's
happened
what
a few
people.
times in the highways and byways where people like, man, you look like you got a glow on you. They
Yeah.
said that to the brother Shamak one time. You know?
Yeah,
People
because-
walking by.
man.
Yep, because those dry bones are what having that oil, having what that breath of life, and that is that wisdom, right?
Our flesh is being put back on us. man.
Exactly, because we're coming back to remembrance of who we are, and that's how we're able to stand in great boldness in the name of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. That's how we're shining,
right.
in a dark place, because
So-
this is in gross darkness.
It also says in the scriptures, the fear of the Lord is a strong confidence, man. You know? So when you fear the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai will add boldness if you're out here on the highways and byways, highways and hedges, so you can preach the message how it's supposed to be preached. With boldness, man.
Yep.
You know?
I get that. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. And then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face, as such have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. When they see, and so we're standing in great boldness, right? And these people are not making account of what the labors that we're doing, right?
Ephesians 6 chapter.
When they say it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of salvation so far beyond that they look for.
Because they expect to see a certain you have to have a certain look about you, man. If you on the side of the first off, they probably expecting to see an Edomite with a megaphone and some signs, some John 3:16 signs. Hey, but we don't come in that spirit, man. We come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai Shai, the spirit of the testimony of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, real
So
quick,
if you want to know
the
how
etymology for both.
if you want to know how the prophets were and the prophets' demeanor, go read Nehemiah the 13th chapter, man.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you a clear description of how Nehemiah was, man.
Yeah.
You know, and
They was trying to sell on the Sabbath, and
Yeah,
he was not having it.
yeah,
Man,
Nehemiah wasn't playing.
putting
Yeah.
their
You know?
hair, their beard.
And lo and behold, he has his own book, the book of Nehemiah, man.
Before you get that word
You know?
bold,
Get it, bro.
this is Acts 4:13. Now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John, now when they saw the boldness of Peter and John and perceived that they were unlearned and ignorant men, they marveled, and they took knowledge of them that they had been with Yahweh Shai. You know, so they were thrown back. They were like, oh shit, these guys actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
They've been with Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, well, we don't have to go to Harvard or Stanford to get this truth.
Nah,
bro.
you don't
It's
need
not
no
in there.
degree. It's not. You're not going to get it at those colleges, man.
Right,
This can
Oxford.
only be given to us by the Heavenly Father.
John 3
John
and,
3 and
24.
27. I think.
27,
The book of St. Mark, the first chapter and the 21st verse. And they went to Capernaum, and straightway on the Sabbath day, he entered into the synagogue and taught. This is Yahweh Shai. And they were astonished at his doctrine, for he taught them as one that had authority,
Yeah,
and not as the scribes.
that's right. Hey, so we don't come in that Joel Osteen spirit, man.
Right.
Hey, God doesn't love everybody, man. You know, hey, this place isn't all peaches and roses. This shit is about to be utterly destroyed, man, burnt up. Hey, so if us knowing that, we're gonna persuade you in that manner, man. What is it? The terror,
Through the terror of the
through
Lord,
the terror of the Lord, we
man.
persuade men.
7, I believe. Yeah.
You know, so that's what we're doing. We don't
That's
come with that soft. Oh, we don't tell you what you want to hear. We tell you what you need to hear.
Just to back
Speak
you
to
up on
us
that real
with
quick.
things.
Romans
Prophesy
9 and
seeds.
13.
Yeah.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau I have hated. So right there, that's a cut. He hates Esau, Edom. Okay, that's why he stripped what his skin. Okay, creating leprosy. Okay, that's why he created him for that wrath of destruction. That vessel created for destruction. Okay, he was created for one reason, to be destroyed.
Vessels of honor and vessels of dishonor.
Exactly.
Yep.
In the same chapter.
That's in the same chapter.
Yeah, the same chapter.
Yeah, beautiful, man. Ephesians 6 and 19 to back you up on being bold. And for me, and this is right after it talks about putting on the whole armor of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Ephesians 6.
Ephesians 6 and 19. Right after it talks about, I'll read 17 real quick. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And that's all we need to come out here in the highways and byways, man, is the sword of the Spirit, man. You know, 2 Maccabees 15 and 16.
I got you.
Take this. Oh, yeah.
2 Maccabees 15 and 16.
Beautiful.
Take this holy sword, a gift
A
from
gift
Yahweh.
from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. What's also a gift? Faith, man.
Right.
You know?
The gift
And
of
when you
faith.
have the gift of faith, and when you have the testimony of Yahweh Shai, you will get out here in the highways and byways and speak this message boldly, man.
Ooh.
And
You
also
know?
that word
And then shall the
boldly,
righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as afflicted him. You know? Who will declare his ways to his face?
Con.
You know?
And to do that, you need boldness, which the word boldness goes back to the word confidence, prefix with, that ends faith, with faith, man.
Woo!
So again, 2 Maccabees 15 and 16. Take this holy sword, a gift from Yahweh, with the which thou shalt wound the adversaries.
Thou shalt
Esau,
wound the
Amalek,
adversaries,
one
man.
kind of water.
You know? And what does the scriptures also say? Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. If you go into that word hewed, it means to cut down, you know? To cut to pieces. And Esau, Edom is being cut to pieces through the sword, through men speaking the message boldly. Ephesians 6 and 19, just real quick, I know you got something. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, the mysterion,
Mysterion. Right.
for which I am an ambassador in bonds, I got a little excited, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. Boldly as we ought to speak, man.
That's right.
You know, that's what we're supposed to preach this message and teach this message, man. With flair. You know, Jake is the salt of the earth, man.
Yep.
That's how you're supposed to teach this message, man, with salt, with flair. And Joel Osteen doesn't have any salt. He doesn't have understanding. That's why he's out there getting called a devil and wicked.
You know you're a piece of shit.
You know
right?
you're a piece of shit, right? You know what I'm saying? Selfie stick, man.
Yeah.
Man.
And he is a piece of shit. Why? Because he's not coming in the true doctrine.
There
And
was-
all he's doing is
$500,000 spent in this bathroom
exactly.
by a janitor.
You know what I
Should
mean?
have kept the shit.
Yep.
Right.
And what do they preach from? They preach from what? A stadium, the Houston Rockets stadium, I think it is, that they bought out. Okay, so they bought out that whole stadium for all those people to hear an hour, and then guess what? They make thousands of dollars. You know what I mean? Well, there's nothing wrong with tithes.
You
But
give
the thing
your
is
money
that
to him.
he's a false prophet.
You give
That's
your
what-
money to him, and then when the natural disaster happens, he locks you out.
Yeah, and that's what he did over. What was that? The Houston disaster? Yeah.
The floods.
The floods. Yeah.
When it was hella cold too.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. The Texas freeze.
And then he locked out the thing when they have a big stadium, and he's supposed to be a man of the Lord, supposedly, right?
I want to get this real quick, since brothers, we're going into the boldness
Yeah.
of coming in. You know, this is Hebrews 4 and 14 through 16. It says, "Seeing then that we have a great high priest that is passed into heaven, Yahushua, the Son of the Most High, let us hold fast our profession. But we have not an high priest which cannot be touched with feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin." Here's the point. "Let us therefore come boldly unto the throne of grace, that we may obtain mercy and find grace to help in time of need." You know?
Yep.
So, hey, we're coming to that throne, man. You know, we come to the throne by doing what we're doing, but ultimately is receiving or coming in the report of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man, that we may find grace to help in the time of need. And we're going to need that grace and that mercy during the time of Jacob's trouble.
And you can only approach the throne if you've been predestinated from the earth, you know?
Yep.
Psalm 65 and 4, "Blessed is the man whom thou choosest, and causes to approach unto thee, that he may dwell in thy courts. We shall be satisfied with the goodness of thy house, even of thy holy temple." going into approaching the throne. You know, you can only approach the throne if Yahweh Bashim Yahshai has ordained you to do so. You know,
That's what is that, Ecclesiastes 5? When it's what is that? Step not.
To the house of Yahweh.
Keep thy foot.
keep thy foot.
Keep their foot.
Kind. He only allows who he wants. You
Yep.
know.
That we're given what? That breath. You know, that's going back to Ezekiel 37. Can these dry bones live? You know, that's how you're able to stand in great boldness and have wisdom, is because you have what? That breath of life. So this is Wisdom of Solomon 7:24. For wisdom is more moving than any motion. She passeth, that she is wisdom, right? She passeth and goeth through all things by reason of her pureness. So the pureness of your heart, you know, because again, going back to those first fruits, he knows your heart and he knows what you're truly about. Just like these false prophets, you know, he's not supping with them. They don't see the chariots. You know what I mean? Yahweh Shemir Shai is not giving them what? That living water, okay? Unless they repent, right? But they don't have what? That breath, that life, right? Those you know, those dry bones, but the congregation of the dead.
The fountain of wisdom.
Yeah, they don't have.
That's what it's called. That's what it's paraphrased as. That's what it's better called in a few different passages. You know, Jeremiah 2:13, First Maccabees, the 2nd chapter. You know, Baruch 3, and I think around 14. You know, thou hast forsaken the fountain of wisdom.
Yep.
You know,
And that's
those rivers of living waters.
Yep.
You know,
and that's what how we're able to stand in that great boldness. Meanwhile, we're in his own queendom. We're in Esau's queendom right now.
on his platform, cussing them out.
On his platform, telling him that, telling him what he's gonna do before he's even put it out.
Isaiah
So-
42:9.
Yep, and that's that wisdom right there that Yahweh Shai has given us, that breath. For she is the breath of the power of Yahweh, and pure in influence, flowing from the glory of the Almighty. Therefore can no defiled thing fall into her. Right? For she is the brightness of everlasting light, and is unspotted mirror of power of Yahweh, and the image of his goodness. Yeah, so we are the image of what Yahweh Shemar Shai's goodness. Why? Because we're rehearsing the righteous acts in truth and sincerity. Meanwhile, we're under that grace period through Yahweh Shai being that perfect lamb, and us sacrificing ourselves on the highways and the byways is a reasonable service to the Heavenly Father. Okay?
Precepts.
And being but one, she can do all things, and remaining in herself, she maketh all things new, in all ages entering into the holy souls. She maketh them friends of Yahweh and the prophets. Yeah, so wisdom is a friend to what? The prophets. Okay?
Can you repeat that again,
Yeah.
Brother Shah?
Wisdom of Solomon 7:27. And being but one, she can do all things, and so do all things.
Yep.
100% true.
Yeah, 100%. So it can have 100% truth, okay? Those that believe, those that have that breath, okay? And remaining in herself, she maketh all things new. So bringing us back to being that those new bodies, yeah. And remembrance, you know, wiping away what that old man, you know, putting away what childish things. If we keep our eyes single on Yahweh Shai Hamashiach,
Yep.
and all, so she maketh all things new.
All things new.
And all
And in all generations entering. Yep.
and all ages entering in the holy soul.
In all generations entering into holy souls. That goes into reincarnation.
Beautiful.
You know, for Wisdom of Solomon 1:4, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in the body that is subject to sin.
Right.
And the elect sins have been cleared. You know, so this wisdom is going to go on to, it's going to come into you if Yahweh Bashmi Ashai is ordained from the earth.
Yep.
In all generations entering into holy souls.
If he's supping with you.
1 Corinthians 14:32. Yep. And the spirits of the prophets are subject to the prophets.
We brought that out earlier.
That's right.
Yeah. In all generations entering into holy souls, man.
Yep.
That's complete order. You know, that's synchronization, man. You know?
And it says right here, no defiled thing can fall into her. No defiled thing can fall into wisdom. Okay, wisdom of this knowledge, wisdom understanding. That's why the heathen nations can't get this. You know, we know that there's wisdom far as on the left-hand side with the Teman and things like that. But we're talking about the righteous, the true pureness.
That's
The
because-
true pureness of Yahweh Shemar.
That's because they put their faith and trust in weapons,
Vanity.
weapons of war,
Yeah.
rubies and gold and things of the world, man. But the scriptures
Idols.
say wisdom is better than weapons of war.
Yeah.
Wisdom is better than gold and all that, man.
Rubies.
Rubies.
Sirach 27:8, that thou followest righteousness, thou shalt obtain her and put her on as a glorious long robe going into the garment.
Yep.
You know, Isaiah 52:1, awake, awake. Put on thy beautiful garments.
Yep.
That's
And
his understanding.
And that goes into not being naked. You
Yep.
know, not naked in the sense of your clothing, but far as you have that spiritual armor to be able to give you that hedge in the time of trouble that we're headed to.
Sirach 27:9, the birds will also the birds will resort unto their like, so will truth return unto them that practice inner.
Beautiful.
You know, in all generations entering into holy souls, man, those men that were predestined and preordained from the foundations of the earth to get this word and to receive it.
The first fruits.
Yep.
Because we're constantly practicing the righteous acts. We're constantly rehearsing the righteous acts of the Heavenly Father, because we know that we're in a grace period. But by us, practicing, reading, examining ourselves, doing the lessons, we're constantly, practicing the righteous acts. I just want to finish this out real quick, and then I'll get back to you. Wisdom of Solomon 7:27, and this is at the end. She maketh them friends of Yahweh and the prophets. And all the ages entering into the holy souls, she, which is wisdom, maketh them friends of Yahweh and the prophets. For Yahweh loved none but him that dwelleth with wisdom. Yeah, because Yahweh Shemar Shai is giving you that wisdom to be able to endure, to be able to push forth this word, and to be able to, because your words are fire, okay? And it's chanting down what this evil, wicked queendom, because that's why the heathen is raging. Job 15:21. This is a dreadful sound in his ear. For what? Brothers to wake up, to not be selling drugs, to not be in that gangbang spirit, not to be with another man's wife, not celebrating a wicked pagan holidays.
To be happy to do this work.
Yeah, to happy to do this work.
To be looking forward to seeing the Akim at camp. I was letting the brother know earlier. I was looking forward to seeing you, brother, man. I ain't seen you in a couple days, man. Hey, let's get out here and do it, man. It brings a smile to your face when you see another brother that you've been laboring with, man.
Brings the shine.
Yeah.
Go back to that shine.
We're walking in complete darkness, so it's like when you get more brothers, you get more light, man. You just it just feels better.
Hebrews 13:1, therefore, Hebrews 13:1, let brotherly love continue. Also Hebrews 13:2, because this is what also happens when you're out there on the highways and byways. You'll have men come up to the camp, and they'll actually in certain instances be angels. That's why you got to be spiritual when you have people come up to the camp, and if they're in the right spirit, just let them be, man. But if they're being carnal, they're trying to overtake the camp session.
Right.
You gotta let them have that sword.
Romans 8:6.
That holy sword.
I'll just skip it. It's all good.
Good?
Yeah, it's all good.
We can get into articles.
Yeah.
All right, so the first article we're going to bring out is from zerohedge.com. It says security heightened at major store chains after series of flash mob robberies. Anybody want to go to this?
Yeah, so this is 2nd Ezra 15. Speaking about people are going to be spoiling people's houses. Now it's starting at these stores, right? Now some of these are probably set up, right? But also, what in California, they passed a law as far as a certain amount that you can be able to steal. I think it's up to $1,000 or something like that, right? So these people are going in there looting with these 30 or 40 people and jacking these people. Why? Because people are waxing colder and colder. They don't have nothing, right? And a lot of these are jakes too. They're just simple, stealing hats, stealing shoes and things like that. Instead of, if we were in a simple, if we were in the world or whatever, you would think that you would try to get, tents, maybe try to get some weaponry or something. But people are just stealing T-shirts.
Right.
So our people are lost. Our people are, you know what I mean? Things to survival gear. You know what I mean? If they knew what was going to happen, but see, they're not taking heed to this word. They're not seeing the prophets that are on the highways and the byways on a weekly basis. They're not seeing the sit downs. They might know they're an Israelite, but instead they're out there doing this wickedness.
If they had any wisdom, if they had any wisdom, what is Proverbs 22:3? Where it says, a prudent man foreseeth the evil
and
hideth himself. So if knowing we're coming in the time that we're coming into, without putting your faith and trust in it, hey, invest in certain things. If you know you're going to be as a pilgrim on the earth, sleeping bags, things of that nature, man.
Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Walk circumspectly, man. Use wisdom. They have in New York City, they're telling the bankers not to come to the bank with the bank insignia on because of robbers. You know. Also, when you're out there in the world, you got to use wisdom, man. You know, you don't walk around with fringes on, man.
Yep.
That's making yourself a target. You know, don't be over righteous with this thing, man. You know, especially with the accusations that's coming down the pipeline, you're gonna have a lot of those guys and a lot of those over righteous zealots who fringe gang, fringe check. You see them on social media. They're not gonna be rocking their fringes pretty soon because people are gonna be looking to, target Israelites, man, because of the accusations that Esau Edom's putting out and the vibration that he's putting out.
What happened to Peter, man? When Yahushua was getting sent up, and he said before the bird or
Beautiful.
it crows 3 times, Peter, you deny me.
Deny
And
him.
did he not get pointed out by people that was in the crowd? He's like,
Was-
wasn't
snitching.
you? Yeah, they were
Yeah.
snitching because
You were with them. I saw you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the
Yeah.
spirit that a lot of these t-shirt fringe Israelites come in, when they rocking the shirt fringes and the women with the fringes on the bottom. Hey, you an easy target, man.
Yep. I remember when I was rocking fringes because I used to follow those guys and work with labor with those guys. I had somebody try to run me over with their car when I had fringes on, man. Out here, by the beach.
We gotta be Clark Kent in this thing, man. We gotta be disguised.
Superman, these guys.
We're we're literal superheroes, man. So you can't just be out here just letting everybody know your business. You know what I'm saying?
I got you here, bro. Peter's account, Luke 22:61, and after Luke 22:58, and after a little while another saw him and said, "Thou art also of them." And Peter said, "Man, I am not." And about the space of 1 hour after another confidently affirmed, saying, "Of a truth, this fellow also was with them." That snitching process.
Yep.
It says, and Peter said, "Man, I know not what thou sayest." And immediately, while he yet spake, the cock crew.
Yep. They're like, hey, you an Israelite? Oh, here he is. Here's one.
Hey, but
We got one.
If you have wisdom, they'll say, "Hey, I seen you prophesying." Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. bro. I don't know what you're talking about.
And real quick, just to add on to that, they're offering, Joe Biden was offering what incentives to give up people that are non-jabbed. Okay, so that's another side. So how much more
Also,
is it going
people
to
who
be?
have radical opinions.
Yep, medical, exactly. And then so that goes into when they're going to start going against what the Israelites. They're going to start saying that we are what extremists, black extremists. Okay, which we are the Hebrew Israelites.
Right.
Black is a sign of void of light, and we are that light. Lord willing, we endure to the end. Okay, so you're not going to in that day through much.
They're going to be talking about. I constantly bring this up. The medical misinformation videos, man.
time.
YouTube.
Oh yeah, well they already had the
Yep.
fines.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In
Yeah,
different countries, and they're gonna start invoking that. And with those incentives, they're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I know him. He always wears the." They're gonna, you know what I mean? Oh yeah, he always has the fringes on. He always carries his gun with him.
He's always talking about. He's always talking about the
He's always got
chariots and the nuclear
Yeah,
destruction.
he's always talking about death to DTA.
They're gonna tie those people who wear those t-shirt fringes with
Carnal Israelites.
Sakari.
Yep, that's one example.
Oh, they got knives. They got weapons.
Yep.
They got guns.
Yep. And this, let me get this.
Also, when Otho Wallace did his little thing, he allegedly shot a cop with fringes on.
I know.
They put the report out that he was following Grandmaster Jay. They tried to tie him to that, He was a follower of Grandmaster Jay, and Grandmaster Jay, he's associated with Israel, He's associated himself with Israel by coming in that name that the lady had, Jehovah, the Issachrite lady, who was talking
Well,
to
he
us
said
before
something about
camp.
the tribes.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's coming in that Kanye West spirit, the 12 tribes of Judah.
But he's just gonna say Judah.
Yeah.
He's just gonna talk about just Judah.
Black.
The main head.
It's all black.
Everything's black.
Black.
If we're
But
blacker
he's the
than black.
Grand Master, which is the title of a Mason.
And what did he all wear? All black.
Yeah.
Which is a Gothic persona. That Gothic persona, a person in all black, which is darkness.
Yep.
And
if
there's
you
some camps that do that too.
And if you go to if you went to the social media, he had like the face of Horus on his on his social media page, talking about all black. But 5-6 years ago, you were a presidential candidate.
That's right.
And also you
Yeah,
were
they
at,
exposed
you were
him.
at, you were at the Donald Trump rally,
Also
looking like
Mason.
this, looking like one of the Matrix guys.
With the glasses on.
You're looking like one of the agents in the Matrix.
Yeah, he wanted. then he wanted to be in the music industry.
Yeah.
because that goes back.
He
He
was
was like
a speaker.
Yeah, he was a DJ.
Yeah.
Or something like that, and then also it shows some signs
It's
of
like this new
masonry.
guy with the dreads. He's
Yeah, no,
everything.
that's
He's
what I-
everything.
That's what I
He's a
thought
gumbo.
of too.
He's a gumbo pot Israelite.
Yeah.
Literally a gumbo pot Israelite because
He-
he's probably eating gumbo.
Yeah, he's in
See right
everything.
through him, man.
Right. So this is second Ezra
That's,
16.
Romans 11:7. You know,
Second Ezra.
that's for blinded.
Oh, yeah.
Second Ezra 16 and 70. For there shall be in every place in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. So those that are coming in the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai, there's going to be an insurrection against you. Okay, if you're not, you don't want to take the Beetlejuice. Okay, you don't want to take the incision in your forehead or in your hand, right? The Revelation 13 and 16. If you don't want to bow down to this image, you're not going to be able to go into these certain cities. Okay, you're not going to be able to do certain things, you know, you're not going to be able to work at certain places, right? That's going to be an insurrection against people of the Lord, those that fear Yahweh Shemar Shai. Okay, for Slakia. So second Ezra 16 and 71, they shall be like a madman, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord Yahweh Shemar Shai. So, you know, that goes into Esau coming in with his FEMA camps, but it's also going into those people that are robbing and stealing.
mobs.
Yeah, those flash mobs. One lady, I think she was pregnant, and she had her groceries, and they just came out and just robbed her, took all her shit. You know, and that's what's gonna happen. I mean, that's
It's only
actually
gonna get
happening.
worse.
The love of
Yeah,
many
it's
is waxing
happening.
cold. You had a lady
Yeah.
that was in church, Jake, and she was stabbed to death in the bathroom. You know, like I think like a 68 or 70-year-old lady. You know, also the cops, they shot and killed a Jake, and they killed his son,
Oh, the baby.
18-month-old son.
Hey, that's judgment, man.
That's judgment,
Yeah.
man. And those judgments are going to starting to
Ramping
get
up.
colder and colder and colder and colder. That's why
Right.
the elder from New Jersey made a lesson. You got to be hot for this thing, but also you got to be cold, because what's going to happen on the earth is going to be cold-blooded, and you're going to have that spirit.
Stay in the spirit.
The Job, the 20th chapter spirit, I believe. You know, at famine thou shalt laugh, and at death thou shalt laugh. You know, because there's going to be a lot of death happening, and you're going to have to be in the spirit of the book of Eli. You know, the book of Eli spirit.
Yep.
And in the book of Eli, what was the most precious book?
The Holy Scripture.
The Holy Scriptures, man.
And
Yeah.
only only one could read it,
Yep.
which was the so-called was he
Judah.
blind?
Yeah,
Judah.
Judah.
Yeah, he was blind,
The
right?
line of the tribe of Judah.
And we were blinded to this, blinded to this world, you know, because we are blinded to the things in this world. You know, when you're renewed in the mind, you see things from a whole different angle,
Perspective.
you know, whole different perspective, you know, because you don't engage in the stupidity of this world. You are blind to it. So Matthew's 24 and 11 and 24 and 12, and because iniquity, right, sin upon sin shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's what's happening right now, you know, because Esau Edom was coming down with draconian measures. Okay, so people are just bugging out, and the frequencies that they're pushing forward, and the people are Beetlejuiced up.
Says Biden Surgeon General, even triple maxed, still have to wear masks indoors.
Yep. And elder brought this up, and this is a good point, and this is actually key on. This nigga Esau, he's just moving the goalposts, man.
Yep.
You know, 35-yard field goal. It was one Boost mobile phone. That's all you needed. Now you needed two Boost mobile phones. You know, that's 45-yard field goal. You know, now all of a sudden you need 3 Boost mobile phones. And now they're talking about the last article I sent in the group chat.
Forever.
The UK, they're talking about every 3 months. You're just gonna have to keep on
Forever.
Yeah, keep on it's like you work for the mob. You just have to keep on re-upping and re-upping and re-upping, man. You can't get out of this, man.
Yeah, and you can't stop selling.
You can't stop selling.
You can't stop
Yes.
selling.
You
You're
know?
in this thing for life, blood in,
Yeah.
blood out,
Yeah.
and that's what they want. They want your blood. You
Yeah.
know, we brought that out in the beginning. This is Esau Edom.
Well,
he wants that.
who's the wicked elite? Who's the wicked elite that are behind it? The blood drinkers, man.
Yeah, Amalek.
Amalek,
Yeah.
man.
I'm a lock.
You know?
They Slakia, the whole mask thing.
Yep.
It's just history just repeating itself.
Yep.
Because what was one of the mechanisms that was used for Jake back during the time of slavery? they would put a muzzle over your mouth, man.
Yep.
So it's just coming back in a different way. And you, by you complying to having to wear these masks, hey, what is that doing? It's putting a muzzle over your mouth.
I believe
You
in
know, spiritually.
1918 when they had the bird flu going on, people wore masks back then too, as well.
Yep. The
You know?
Spanish flu.
Spanish flu.
Yeah.
Go on, brother. And then also they had to wear a star
Yep.
to prove that you were activated back then.
Who's that brand?
The passport.
Yep.
Passport
ID.
And
Damn, that's
then what
happening now.
are they looking to make? What are they looking to put in the earth now as far as the new vibration? No juice, no bank account.
That and also the
No juice, no food.
Yep.
You know, India, you know, New Brunswick, Canada, and also in certain provinces out there in the European countries, you know, and Italian province is doing the same thing. No jab, no I can say jab.
Yeah, you
no jab, no. So you getting strikes and whatever.
good.
No activation. We'll say it like that. No activation.
Yeah.
You know, no video game controller. You know.
Yep.
No access to the grocery stores. And you had a video that was put out where a guy was at Walgreens, and there was a little thing at the top to detect if you have, you know, the grain of rice, which is pretty soon going to be coming on the earth. You know, Elon Musk is looking to get the FDA approval for it in your brain. So there's a little thing right there on the top, and then on the side there was a little thing for your hand, and the door was locked to get into the soda section. And that's going to come to every single grocery store, every single facet of life pretty soon, man. And they're already setting it up right before your very eyes with this little
Rice, grain of rice.
the grain of rice
Right.
coming down the line, but with this little
digital license.
poke to get the stroke.
When you brother was
digital
bringing out
all.
when you
Yeah.
said the star,
Gotta be careful.
right? That the star that they have on or whatever, I guess back in the day, right? So now that star is what your digital license or your V card,
Yep.
okay, which is the prelude of the charagma.
Yep.
Right?
Grain of rice.
Yeah, it was that grain of rice that they're trying to bring forth, which is to have you in slavery. This is Psalm 64:5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares, and snares goes back to traps. Right? Privily they say, who shall see them? And when my brother brought it out with the article, they're moving the goalposts. Hey, take the jab. We only need one.
Yeah.
Hey, no, we need another one. Hey, boost mobile it up. Hey, now it's going to forever. And a lot of those other countries and the other nations, they're part of NATO, part of the 10 horns.
That's Salaki. I was just. That's what this one is going into.
Oh, okay, beautiful.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're going into it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's going into prophecy. Okay, Daniel, was it Daniel 7, I think it is? Where we're speaking about the beast system, and what they're actually, all these different countries, they're doing that, right? So let me finish this. Psalm 64:5. They commune of laying snares, and privily they say, who shall see them, right? And Yahweh Shemir Ashai is seeing them. Why? Because he's given us that a mouth to be able to speak and give them warning. Right, so Psalm 64:6, they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both their inward thought of every one of their heart is deep. Yeah, so these devils are they did it 2 years ago with the first Beetlejuice. Okay, with that first Beetlejuice, they laid out a snare and a trap, and now people are still following after what they said and trusting what in man. Jeremiah 17:5.
There's also been footage of them just basically putting crisis actors out there in these big old hazmat suits, and them carrying. I put it on Instagram. Them carrying bodies, and then there's like a movie crew sitting there saying,
camera crew, yeah.
"Okay,
Action.
action," and then they walk.
Is that plotting?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they walk, and then they have the body. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
They put it in the thing.
They
It's all.
They pack it up and then.
Yeah.
Deception.
Yeah,
That's deception, bro.
it's like a movie set.
Yeah.
Somebody was actually filming it from their house, and it looked. The dude said action.
Yep.
That should let you know.
Yep.
You know, and on the right hand side, what are the elect doing? Actions.
The book of Acts.
Works, deeds, acts, which is the time that we're living in
We're
right
living
now.
in the time of Acts.
All over again.
In the kingdom, this will be talked about.
Yeah.
You know,
And
as
here
the
we
book
have,
of Acts.
we have cameras here too, man.
Yep.
Go ahead.
And this is all being recorded.
Also, the
It's being
angels.
stored. So, hey, our kids and our seeds are going to be able to watch these things. You know,
Yeah.
watch these lessons, man,
Yeah,
in the
that's
kingdom.
right.
Lord willing.
Our legacy here in captivity,
You
man.
know?
Yeah, because meanwhile they're searching out, they're putting a diligent search on the left-hand side. We're doing a diligent search on the right. Why? Because we're
Shining that
constantly.
flashlight in their darkness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Shining that light on who these devils are. Why? By exposing him. Exposing what? His food system, exposing the evil, wicked things that he's done to our people.
You want to get Obadiah 1 and 6, public shot, real
Okay.
quick, since you got the scriptures open?
Yeah, and Esau is being made bare, and that wisdom that he thought he had, right, on the left-hand side is being taken out of him. Meanwhile, we're being risen up on the right-hand side, being illuminated on the right hand, right? What is that, Obadiah 1?
And 6, yeah. People.
Hey, real quick, speaking about exposing, Ephesians 5 and 11 in the NIV. Have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. See that? So have nothing to do with the fruitless deeds or actions of darkness, meaning ignorance, but rather expose them.
Yep.
Through what? Through the word.
And if you go into the KJV, it says reprove them.
Kind of,
you
you
know?
get it. Ephesians 5:11.
And if you go into Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, it says he was made to reprove our thoughts.
Mm.
That's what we're doing. We're reproving Esau, Edom's thoughts through this word. You know, and how are the secret things of Esau searched out, which is Obadiah 1 and 6.
Hey, we're the master chess
scriptures,
players.
man.
We're the
You know?
master chess players, man.
How
We
are
know
his-
your move before you do it.
How
My
are his
God.
hidden things
That's
sought
true,
up? You
bro.
don't have to get. I just quoted.
Well, we're ahead of them.
Okay.
How are the
But I wanna
secret
get
things
it.
of
Okay,
Esau
fine.
searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Through the scriptures, man. Through the proper understanding, and through the men that have the proper understanding.
Sorry,
It's all good.
I don't know. Pages are all together. Let me get it.
I'm gonna get this article, and then it's fact
No, I'm
because
gonna got that one.
this goes into Obadiah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna get that.
I'm gonna read this. Is from End Time Headlines. It says developing. America is now facing 3 potential crises unfolding on the world stage. You know, hey, and this the world stage, and
you read
we're
it?
in the front row, man.
Can you-
We've seen all of this.
Okay.
Can you read that header one more time?
Yep,
Yep,
Con.
stuff to back you up on that point.
America is now facing 3 potential crises unfolding on the world stage.
Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
That's the world stage here.
Yep, and it's called virgin daughter of Babylon because America hasn't been touched in the form of world war and somebody coming on soil, Babylon the great soil, and getting busy, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Because
Overthrowing it.
out of since 1776, they've been in war 93% of the time.
When Hiroshima and Nagasaki happened, it actually came out through the woodworks that was Esau Edom bombing his own self. You know?
Yeah,
And that wasn't on American soil. That was done in the land of Japhet, you know, which Esau Edom colonized. That's him being a vagabond, never keeping that home, man. You know. Let me read it again. Let me finish the meal. Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
Why? Because he's being exposed, okay, for who he actually is, and even especially by these other heathen nations too, because they've been waiting. So the weak say that we are strong. They've been waiting to what? Plot on Babylon because of the wickedness that they've done over there too.
Isaiah 47 and 2, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. And that's what's happening. These Edomites are being made bare, you know, through the prophets of Yahweh Shem Shai, who have the ability to shed light on everything that he's doing, you know. That's why also there's an account of, this is an account that has a spiritual overtone of that in the book of 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, where Elisha was able to discern what's being said in the king's bedchambers. You know, which is symbolic of the prophets, the testimony, who in these last days is bestowed on the servants of prophets Yahweh Shem Shai to shed light on what these wicked elites are doing. The wicked, you know.
Micah 2:1. They devise iniquity upon their beds. How do we know what they're doing in the secret councils of their bedchambers?
Through the testimony, man, through the scriptures, man, and through the spirit of prophecy, we're able to shed light on what these guys are doing. Also, we're able to comfort and edify the hopeful elect. Let them know that they're Israelites. Let them know the scoop, you know. That's because the king was getting mad because there was Elisha who was letting the king of Israel know the scoop. And we're letting the children of Israel know the scoop. We're letting you know that the famine's on the way. We're letting you know that great tribulation's coming. We're letting you know that the RFID technology and the grain of rice is the MOTB. We're giving you the true proper understanding and the scoop of what these guys are doing in their bedchambers, man.
We're giving you the forecast, which is
You know?
the prophecy.
Hey,
We're
we're
letting
just
you
talking
hear
about
what's the
this on the way.
forecast.
Yep.
We're the dream interpreters, man, as in the time of Nebuchadnezzar, man.
Yep.
Oh, kind of
You know,
Daniel,
because
too.
when he was having these dreadful dreams, who do he have to interpret it, man? You know,
Daniel.
we had Daniel.
Prophet Daniel.
Hey, and we come in that same spirit.
Correct.
So we're everything that
Which
he's
was a Hebrew Israelite. Okay.
Also,
he was
we're
not
letting-
Esau.
We're letting our people know to fret not. Wait upon Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. There be more with us than with them, man.
That's right.
Which
That's
is
right.
also in the book of 2 Kings, the 6th chapter, the 16th verse, man.
I'm gonna finish this article off, and we're gonna bounce it off with Obadiah. It says, and reading on in this article, going down, it says 3 potential crises are proceeding in tandem. A potential Russian invasion of Ukraine, which Ukraine, if I'm not mistaken, are in NATO.
Well, they're not in, I don't think they're in NATO, but Ukraine
Well,
is
no,
backed by America.
But
They're trying to
there's
join it.
talk
Yeah.
that Ukraine might join
Three.
with NATO.
3 being the number of understanding. And
Yep.
the servants and prophets, you have the testimony, you have the scoop, have perfect understanding that these people are going to be destroyed.
Because what you said about Ukraine, they have sent money over there. They invested, Babylon has invested money to Ukraine, okay? Because why? Ukraine is close to Russia, okay? So they can be able, they've invested a lot of money as far as the war tactics, okay? Which is thy sword.
Yep. It says
Which is prophecy.
continuing Chinese pressure on Taiwan, which once again Babylon is also tied in with Taiwan.
And Taiwan is not alliance with China, with Moab, right?
Yep.
So there's a tension between them.
Yep. And that's a nation divided against its own self.
Yep.
Yeah, because when
Yeah.
when
It's
China
prophecy.
goes to the UN meetings, they actually represent Taiwan.
Yeah.
Because Taiwan is actually, I think it might be a.
It's just how Puerto Rico
Yeah.
is to like us.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
you know,
province.
Yeah, province.
It's the same thing with Esau, Edom, and Russia. You know, I mean, or as far as America and Russia, I mean to say.
But
They're-
China
they're-
and Taiwan are beefing.
Yeah, but that's the heathen nations. They're beefing against each other. That's Yahweh Shem Shai turning their hand against them. And Taiwan is also known for the #1 charagma maker. You know what I mean? Far as these places. So that's a lot of the reason why they're fighting over that, because they want to have that technology that Taiwan has too.
Yep. It says, and the potential collapse of Iran nuclear talks. Any one of these standoffs has the potential to shake the world order and produce wider conflict. You know, so that goes into
Obadiah 1 and 6. And how the things of Esau searched out, how are the hidden things sought up? Okay.
that's by the mysteries that's being given to the prophets. You know, what was that? Ephesians 6 and 19.
And
You
you
know,
were just
the
bringing out
mysteries.
the America shook, right?
Yep.
Yeah, can you get Obadiah 1 and 1 and then 1 and 2? Baba Kasha?
Real quick, Daniel 2 and 22.
Yep.
Yahweh reveals the deep and secret things. He knoweth what is in the darkness, and the light dwelleth with him.
Want to get 20 down to 22?
God,
Baba Kasha?
Daniel 2 and 20. Daniel answered and said, Blessed be the name of Yahweh forever and ever.
There's that name again.
Malachi 1 and 14. I was holding it.
For wisdom and might are his.
Yep, wisdom and might are his. Keep on going, Baba Kasha.
He changeth the times and the seasons. He removes kings. Right, examples of kings are who? Vladimir Putin, Kim Jong-un. Okay, what's his name from China, from Moab? Jinping.
Xingping.
Khan.
Yeah, and he
Joe
killed.
Biden.
He's
No,
killed
no,
over,
name.
and he's
Genesis 2:20
and
says,
he's
"Blessed
killed,
be the name," right?
and he's
Yeah, the
killed
name.
over 60 million people of his own people, and they have the social credit system, which is through communists, which is the same thing that they're trying to do here. Okay.
Malachi 1 and 14. But cursed be the deceiver which had in his flock a male and voweth and sacrificed unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai of hosts, the Lord of armies, and my name is dreadful among the heathen.
Yep.
You know, blessed be the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And you have a lot of men who are giving up a wicked sacrifice to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. And those men are being cast down through the prophets who have the correct understanding. You know?
Let me get this right. Obadiah 1 and 7, going back to the article, and all the men of confederacy, and these are all the people that are against the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and all the men of confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee, and that eat the bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in him.
Yeah, guess what, Babylon? You
Yeah.
thought these other nations were in confederacy with you,
Yep.
an alliance with you, but hey, their back is turned, man. They turned their back on you,
Yep.
and it's gonna show forth here very soon, man. When those ICBMs
Right.
touch down, man.
And they're going to come from your fellow Edomite constituents, man,
Yep.
former constituents, your arch rival.
Yep. Because you already
You know?
saw in that, was it the Oscars, I think it was?
Yep.
That one deal, and France is still mad about that. And France has been a long-time ally of America.
And
Okay.
France was at one time they broke off from NATO. You know,
Yeah.
they broke off for a little while. You know,
And that's why I heard that. France actually started getting money with Russia, so that was one of the reasons why America broke off, or so-called they cut them out of that deal, because they know that they're in bed with Russia, which is Magog and Gog, going back to the scriptures, Ezekiel.
and that matches up with the brother is
38.
going to bring out in Obadiah 1:1.
Obadiah 1:1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, concerning Edom.
Concerning Edom, these
Right, the
Edomites,
wicked.
man, Mount Seir.
Yep.
Prophesy, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. That's what we're supposed to do. And we're prophesying against the wicked elite, which is the top head tribe of Esau, Edom, Amalek. It said in the law, in the testimony, in the prophets, like it,
Right.
in the law, it's like it. Deuteronomy 25:17. Remember Amalek,
Got you.
for what he had done, man.
That's beautiful, because we were going to bring that out in the beginning. But
Deuteronomy 25:17. Remember what Amalek did unto you by the way when ye were come forth out of Egypt, which is the house of bondage.
Yep.
How he met thee by the way and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind you, when thou wast faint and weary, and he feared not Yahweh.
And that happened in Exodus the 16th chapter, 17th chapter, better yet, where Amalek bum rushed us, man. After we came out of the land of Egypt, man.
That's right.
Amalek hit us with a surprise attack.
Ambush.
Yeah, like ambush. And that's why in the book of Exodus, the 17th chapter, the last verse, it says, Yahweh Shem Yahshai has sworn that he will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
That was Deuteronomy.
We're still having war with Amalek, man, on their own platform,
This is a mess.
cussing them out in their own kingdom, man.
Come.
Telling them, you're gutter rats, man. You have no right to the throne, to thrones and scepters, man. That's coming to those who are being downtrodden right now, man. Those who you're oppressing,
Yeah, I have real quick. I have the account of Amalek.
Yep.
Exodus 17:8, the conflict with Amalek. Then came Amalek and fought with Israel in Rephidim. And Moses said unto Joshua, choose us out men, and go fight with Amalek. Tomorrow I will stand on the top of the hill with the rod of Yahweh in my hand.
Right.
And that rod is symbolic to Yahweh Shai, the right side. Okay, which are the scriptures.
I ride my staff, comfort me.
Psalms
Though I walk through
23.
the valley of shadow of death.
And this is
Beautiful.
same thing. You got the same
Oh,
thing.
you want to get it real quick? What was
Yeah.
that, Exodus?
15. Well, this is the 15 and 16.
All right, Khan.
As far as the Amalek generation to generation. If you're already there, just get it.
Kind of Exodus 17 and 18 and 10. So Joshua did as Moses had said to him and fought with Amalek, and Moses, Aaron, and Hur went up to the top of the hill. And it came to pass when Moses held up his hand, and that hand has the right side, right? It says that Israel prevailed, and when he let down his hand, Amalek prevailed. But Moses' hands were heavy, and they took a stone and put it under him, and he sat thereon. And Aaron and Hur stayed up his hands, the one on the one side and the other on the other side, and his hands were steady unto the going down of the sun.
And the way this chapter is going right now, it reminds me of the way the apostles broke down the law and the testimony, and how
Right.
Yahweh Shai is greater than both.
You
He's
want to get
salvation.
that, bro?
you
Matthew
know?
17 chapter
And the
and Mark 9
the
chapter.
rod is symbolic of Yahweh Shai, because that's salvation. And salvation
John and Ezra's.
is it gonna come by any carnal means?
Yep.
You know? In this chapter right here, when Moses was raising his hand,
Right.
Israel was able to prevail. Yahweh Shai, salvation.
And when he put it down, Israel wasn't able to prevail.
Yeah, Amalek was whooping our ass,
and
man.
that was the left side,
Yeah,
right?
and that's not also, so the victory isn't going to come from any carnal means. It's going to come from Yahweh Shai, the
Yeah.
author and finisher of our faith.
The right side.
salvation, the rod.
It says,
hold on, Slakia.
bring it out, bro.
This is John 3:14. And Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, even so the Son of Man be lifted up. And that was just the point,
Yep.
when he lifted it up.
That was a victory.
Yeah.
Yahweh Shai being that serpent on the right hand side, man.
Palms, which is going to be,
Victory.
in the possession of the elect when they get the victory. They have those garments, man.
That's in Second Ezra, where
Yep.
Ezra saw the vision of the elect receiving palms and crowns.
Yep.
Roughly paraphrasing. Exodus 17 and 13. And Joshua discomfited Amalek and his people with the edge of the sword. Now the modern day sword is what? This holy sword of scriptures.
And this is who Amalek is, Esau, Edom, right? The
Wicked.
head tribe of Esau, right?
The Dukes.
Of the wicked,
You
the
know?
Dukes. Okay, Eliphaz, right?
Eliphaz.
Eliphaz,
Yep.
Eliphaz.
Exodus 17 and 14.
The Dukes
And,
of Edom, man.
Dukes and Edom.
and Yahweh said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book. What is that book? The Holy Scriptures. And rehearse it in the years of Joshua. For I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. And Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Hinsi. For he said, because the Lord Yahweh has sworn that he would have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
You get the
So,
precept before
kind
where it says take them out.
this is Exodus 17 and 14. And the Lord said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book, and rehearse it in the years of Joshua, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Job 18 and 17. His remembrance shall perish from the earth. He shall have no name in
Yeah.
the street.
Man, that's beautiful. No name in the street, no reputation.
Job 18 and 18. He shall be driven from light into darkness
Yep.
and chased out of the world.
Yep.
Man, he's gonna be less than shit, man.
So-
after you flush the toilet, man, you don't
Yeah.
think about, oh man, that was,
Oh.
yeah, man. Let me. What was? Come on, man. Job.
That's,
Well, you're not
Isaiah
gonna-
40. That's Isaiah 40.
You're not gonna say,
17.
remember the times,
The
remember the
nation-
times in Babylon?
Yeah.
Remember the slavery?
Come on, man.
You know
he's gonna
that?
be done. He's not even come to
First
remember.
Maccabees.
Yeah, remember when they
because
brought
you
out the
mentioned
jab?
dung, right? You mentioned
gonna-
dung
Oh,
being
yeah.
Esau being like unto dung.
He's done.
First Maccabees 2 and 62. Fear not then the words of a sinful man. Who's that sinful man? Esau. For his glory, the legacy of Esau, shall be dung and worms. That's Esau's legacy, man.
Yep, shit.
Yeah, shit, worms, man.
Shit.
Yeah.
Maggoty cheese. You know,
Yep.
what
But that's all right, right?
Slavery.
Because right
Fetters
now,
of iron.
Con.
Okay.
right now we're worms.
Oh yeah, we're
You know?
defenseless.
We're
defenseless.
the defenseless worms right now. But he's gonna give us
Keep it going, 'cause we'll be here all night.
that teeth, man. He's gonna give us
You
sharp,
wanna get the next
threshing
article
teeth.
over the show?
Yeah. I was gonna finish out. And then when you go into that word Exodus 17 and 14, it says
Oh, the water, bro.
Yeah, Yahweh Nasi, I think it is.
Yeah, Yahweh Nasa.
Nasa, Yahweh Nasa. Yahweh is my banner.
Man,
Okay.
it says the name.
The
given-
name given by Moses to the altar, which he built in commemoration of the discomfiture of the Amalekites.
Hey, what's that
right?
banner? The scriptures.
Yeah, the scriptures.
Isaiah
and that's
13 and 2.
that's the same thing we're doing right
Lift ye
now.
up a banner upon the high mountain.
Beautiful.
Exalt the voice unto them. Shake the hand that they may go into the gates of the nobles.
For the nobles, Amalek.
Yep.
Being
Yep.
exposed. Man.
Exactly, and Amalek's being
Shake
exposed
the
by
hand.
us lifting,
Let me get
by
one
Habashim
more,
Rashai
brother.
lifting up that banner.
One more,
Hey,
brother.
the
one more,
spirit is
brother.
just revealing,
Get 'em.
man, the
Yep.
truth, man.
Isaiah 13 and 3. I've commanded my sanctified ones. I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger,
Damn.
even them that rejoice in my highness.
Who's that? The holy prophets, man. And ours will we are those men.
Yep.
Man,
That's the armies too. You know, the mighty armies of Yahweh Shemir Ashai. Okay?
With the captain of the host,
Yeah.
you know, leading the way, man. And that's Yahweh Shai.
Yep, it's not Johanna.
Yep.
It's not. It's a
General-
tabernacle of David. It's
General
not,
Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, it's not.
Tabernacle of Johanna,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
And John the Baptist was in the truth. And it's an embargo, brother.
Yep.
Yep. We're still waiting on the spiritual mark to be introduced into society. You know? We're not at the end yet, man. Don't wait on Yahweh Shai.
Because they still want to be enslaved.
We're gonna find out when the Lord returns, man.
Yeah.
Who was in the right spirit, man. Who was actually giving our people the proper warning, man. Who was blowing the trumpet, man.
Exactly.
You know? Going back into the book of Joshua, man.
Yep.
Yep.
Jericho. How was it able to be blown down? How was the walls able to be thrust down? Men blowing the trumpet. And then the walls of Jericho fell. We were able to take the city. Well, that's happening in this lifetime parabolically with the men blowing the trumpet, and Esau, Edom's walls are crumbling. You know, and eventually, man, we're gonna have rulership, man.
Yep.
But it all starts with this faith. It all starts with this doctrine.
Yeah, it starts with the belief. Because without faith, it is impossible to please him. Please who? Yahweh Shemir Ashai.
I've
That's
chosen you to be a soldier.
Yep, chosen you to endure hardness like a good soldier of Hamashiach, right?
Let me get this real quick. This brother just brought it out. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and And 13, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is.
Yep.
You know, so hey, he said, we'll see who's gonna be who's been in the right spirit during in that day, man, because your works are gonna be manifested.
You want to get Ezekiel 2 and 5 because that backs that point up as well. Or is
You want to finish this Obadiah 1 and 2?
yeah.
With
Or
Obadiah
Ezekiel 33 and 33 either or.
Obadiah 1 and 1. The vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemar.
Actually, real quick, let me get this real quick, and then we'll get the next article because we'll be here all night going over these articles. Keep on.
I just wanted to finish it up.
What you got, bro?
That was Obadiah 1. We kind of
Bring it out. It's all good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I read half of it. That's why.
Don't want to leave
You
the
lay the
cornbread
meal.
at the table.
That's the only reason why. Otherwise,
Don't eat your cornbread.
Ezekiel 2 and 5, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall
Who's
know
the rebellious house? The house of Saul, man. Those men that rebelled, man. You know, they were against the house of David, man. You know, and you have rebellious Israelites back in the reincarnation doing exactly what they were doing before, man. Wicked and then wicked men, you know. First Maccabees 1 and 7, wicked men out of Israel. You know, the General Yohanas, you know, the Geno Jennings,
The lieutenants and the
high
captains.
chief priests, the captains, they're back, man. Finish that
The
bubble shot.
lieutenants. Ain't never been to war.
Yet shall know that there have been a prophet among them.
Yep. And when these things come to pass, you're going to know a prophet had been among you. Those men who were blowing the trumpet correctly, so that Esau, Edom's walls can crash down, man. Finish that.
Yeah, I'll finish it out. Yeah, no, it's all good.
That's the next one, bro.
That's beautiful. Yeah, because that's what we're out here to do, is give our people warning about the downfalls of Esau, Edom, because we're out here testifying in the Lord's name. Yeah, and testifying in His face and letting Him know these things are about to happen. So Obadiah 1 and 1, the vision of Obadiah, thus said the Lord Yahweh Shemar Ashai concerning Edom. Now we know who Edom is. That's the Amalek, which is their head tribe, right? On the left-hand side, we have heard a rumor from the Lord Yahweh Shemar Ashai, and an ambassador is sent among the heathen. Arise ye, and let us rise up against her in battle. Yeah, rise up her against who? Against Babylon, this whore, right? Behold, I have made the small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised.
I have made thee small among the heathen. Esau, Edom, and Babylon the Great are looked at as pieces of shit among these heathen nations, man. People are mocking America, man. America's the brunt of the joke, man.
Yeah.
You know, and pretty soon it's going to be the brunt of all the missiles hitting this place, man.
You got a president that can't stay awake during a press conference.
Man, that's a precedent, man. That's a king.
You got military ads with flaming fags on them, man.
Yep.
Man.
And that's a perfect
You know?
example, because what did they do over in China? They said they don't, or no, I think it was South Korea, right? Where he said he doesn't want to have
Sissy boys on
sissy,
TV.
Yeah, sissy boys.
Oh, yeah.
And then they know that's about Babylon, right? And then also over there in Russia, they did the same thing.
That's those heathens, you know, that's those heathens
we strong.
getting ready, you know, mentally. Because
Yep.
in the kingdom, you're not going to be able to have that, man.
Yep.
You know?
And also, what did the guy over there in China, Jinping, or whatever, you know? But what the thing is, he said,
Moab.
meet me, Moab, the
Meet me in the
Moabites,
sky.
okay, the ancient Moabites, back again, right? But exactly. Meet me in the sky, which means what? Intercontinental ballistic missiles. That's that third wall.
Fighter jet going
That's
at
that
it.
World War III. Okay, which is also the prophecy we're giving our people warning, because there will be fervent heat. There will be people's eyes melting them from the intercontinental ballistic missiles, from radiation.
And I believe all the countries that you mentioned have space programs.
Yep.
So eventually they're going to meet each other in the sky to try to fight Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai.
Shai, yeah.
They're going to lose terribly, man. You know?
Second Hedges 13.
Second, there's the 13th chapter. Also, Revelation 12, and I think 7. Then Michael and his angels went to fight against Satan and his angels.
Revelations 1 and 6, right? When it says all eyes will
See him.
behold.
Yeah. Also
Revelation
Matthew
1 and 7.
in the Gospel of Matthew 24 speaks
Yeah.
about that.
Yep.
So next article, bro.
Yeah, Bubba the Shah.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, we jumped down.
Yeah, every brother's done a video on that. I mean, if you don't
Alright,
know, you know.
Yeah, you're right.
We talked about it, so we'll
So
just skip.
the Neuralink goes into Revelation 13 and 15 on down.
Yep.
Which goes into the Karabma, which is all this stuff that they're doing right now is the prelude to that, which is an incision in your forehead or in your hand. Okay, You know, brothers have plenty of videos on it, and they've been knocking people's videos down. You know,
So
as far as if
we'll
you,
use wisdom and just,
Yeah, we'll
we've
use
already
wisdom.
spoke on it a few times. So
right,
just
as
keep
far
it-
as
keep it.
you know, expanding on it, but you know, check out. You know, as far as
You gotta be careful here.
right at the end.
We on mission to 108 tomorrow.
Gotta get to 10 by next month.
It says from Zero Hedge, it says there are growing fears that China could be hiding missiles in container ships worldwide. Now, China is a major port for when it comes to, you know, transporting goods and things of that nature, man. You know, so the fact that they have access to literally anywhere around the world, hey, it'll be easier for them to, you know, to set it off, man.
To ambush Babylon the
You know,
Great.
hey, just like the what was it, the Trojan horse,
Oh, kind.
you know,
Kind.
where they
Movie
snuck
truck.
in,
Yeah.
The story, the story is what is it? They were all drinking, having, you know, being
Having
merry and
fun,
having
like-
mirth.
like the
And
days of Noah?
Yeah, they was all drunk, and then they brought in this horse,
Right.
this Trojan horse, as a sign of victory or whatever. But they were people hiding up in there, man.
Kind of like a gift.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
that's the spirit that Moab is coming in.
Yep.
Thinking at their necks.
Yeah.
Man, which they're not.
Yeah, you're next in the form of the next line of slaves.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, they're the third line of slaves.
Yeah, because there's
Like Psalms,
Psalm
yeah, the
83.
Hitler's, yeah,
Esau,
Psalms 83.
Ishmael, then
Yep.
Moab.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you're third on the list of
Tabernacles
slavery.
of Edom,
Yep,
Ishmael, then Moab,
that's what you got next for.
Ammon,
Slavery.
Yeah, it's like
Ammon,
banners of iron.
Japhet, Usanim,
Yep.
big old hammerhead looking Samoans. You know?
Hammerhead.
Yeah, we gonna be having you beat the shit out of Esau, Edom, man. You
Yep.
know, and the big old, uh, 6'9" women Nigerians and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're gonna be putting Esau, Edom's women in order, man.
This is the next article is
Slack it.
for shtfplan.com. Should hit the plan.com. Says Canada's voluntary camps quickly becoming involuntary. So now, when, you know, initially they were saying, you know, you can come in at your own leisure. Hey, now they're forcing it upon people, and that's coming to a place near you, man.
Slack it. Catch myself. 6'9" Philistine men putting their men in order. I said women. Catch myself. When you misspeak, you got to catch yourself.
Next one is says Elon Musk, civilization is going to crumble. His quote. You know, he quotes that civilization is going to crumble. Because ultimately, hey, these wicked elite, these people in high places, you know, they know, man. You know, it's when what's the actor from Star Wars? The one who went up to space with Jeff Bezos. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
The Star Trek guy, like he's
Yeah,
like one of the head guys. But anyways, I forget his name. But when he came,
said it though.
yeah, when he
Yeah,
came
yeah.
when he came
I
back,
forgot his name.
he did a news interview, and he was pretty much going into how there's something coming. So through the spirit, I believe that he saw something. He saw the chariots, man. You know, and he said it on national TV, and the newscasters tried to hurry up and cut him off. You know, because you know any person in the world might think, oh, he's just talking.
William Shatner.
Well,
Yeah,
William
William
Shatner.
Yeah,
that's right.
I've seen him.
You know, hey,
Yeah.
if you get a
I
chance,
saw that interview.
yeah, if you get a chance, look up that interview, man. You know, and so I believe through the spirit that he saw the chariots, man. So he knows what's coming. And Elon Musk is, you know, he's up there with the Jeff Bezos.
He's
and
trembling, bro.
Hey, even when he came back down, they had a camera crew around him, and William Shatner was crying, man. Why you think he was crying? It's not because he got the opportunity to go out there.
Nah.
I think he was crying for the fear.
Yep.
Job
Fear.
18 and
Man.
13, it shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. And who's the firstborn of death? Yahushua. Job 18 and 14, his confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Man, that's why he was crying.
Yep, that's right. Hey, so they. Same old asshole. I always do that right here.
Should've said that right there.
But anyway, so hey man, so this place is about to crumble, man. This place is about to it's falling, man. And Yahweh Shai is doing it little by little, man.
And the real reason why he was crying because he has no place of repentance.
Hebrews 12th chapter.
Yeah, Hebrews 12 and 17.
that's a spiritual
For he know that after he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected for he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. And so that's what William Shatner was trying to,
Crying,
you know
man.
what I mean?
Crying in his car.
Yeah, he was crying out because he knew, he's like, man, I'm
16 as well because it goes into why.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm rich. They're rich in this world. Why? Because they sold their soul to the devil.
There's the
You know, he was on the couch. You know,
as Esau.
yep, because he's been in the industry for how long? So he's all part of the Epstein
For
fiasco.
one morsel of meat we went to earlier,
Yeah,
raw
yeah.
meat.
Yep.
You know, the
They
red
couldn't
stew
wait.
sold his birthright, man.
Sold his
Yep.
birthright.
And he found no place of repentance, man.
Damn.
And these Edomites know in their heart, in their heart of hearts, if they're Esau, because you have some people who look like Esau or not Esau.
Now he could be Jake.
You know?
What I mean? But the thing is that we're just
These
it's an
Edomites
example.
know in their heart of hearts
Yeah.
that it's over for them.
Because
Man.
that's why they want to go to
Once
go up to
Babylon
the
the Great crashes,
It's over.
it's done, man. And they're starting to recognize that their kingdom is crashing.
Because
Coming back.
their way out their way out is through space, but they're starting to realize, oh shit, we can't go up there either. You can't run. You can't run,
and
Esau.
they already have the bunkers, the bums or whatever the dumbs I think
That's
it's
their
called.
best chance, but
Yeah,
they're still
so-
gonna get.
Yeah, and so they know all these things. They know that things are gonna happen because that's why they say a lie. They know the truth. They know that there's gonna be a World War III.
They're trying to hide from
Yep,
judgment.
they're trying to hide from judgment.
Yeah.
They have no-
Revelation 6 and 15, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every freeman, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains,
Beautiful.
which is what the brother's bringing out.
Yep.
You know,
Bunkers.
Yep, those bunkers that they're trying to, put in, which they make them luxury.
yeah, yeah,
Okay, show us that they have the fatness of the earth.
yeah. They got like they got
Cars and
10
Cars
feet
and
underneath.
libraries.
libraries, and
Yeah.
Gyms.
refrigerators and Cristal bottles and shit down there, man. They got servants down there. They got people.
Yep.
They got people that are gonna die down there.
They have a whole
you know,
bar.
Yep.
It goes.
serving Esau Edom.
It goes down. They got hella stories down
Cities.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
It
All
goes
around
in.
Babylon.
It goes in and
It's
it
like a
looks
sewer.
it looks small from the surface, but it goes down deep
Yep.
and it expands wide, man.
Damn.
You know?
Revelation
that's
6 and
crazy,
16,
bro.
and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne,
Yeah, the lamb, which is Yahweh Shai.
and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Yep.
For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand?
Damn.
Only the elect.
Yep.
You know, and you're going to have remnants of heathen outside Babylon the Great who are going to be rounded up, man. You
Yep.
know?
Man.
And,
And
a lot
this-
of them put to death as well. Because when the elect get out of the chariot, man, Yahweh Shem Yahshai is going to put the wrath and the anger of Yahweh Shem Yahshai upon him, man. You know?
Numbers
I will
23.
lay, hands upon Edom by my people Esau. I mean, by what lands?
Israel.
By my people Israel. Slaki.
And
This is
this-
happening to me today.
And this just shows Yahweh Shemashai's word. Numbers 23 and 19. Yahweh is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall not make it good?
it's
So
gonna
these
happen.
things, these things are going to happen. When they're in their bunkers that they're building for World War III, there's going to be those elite men, the elect men are going to go in there and pull these elite people out, elite of Esau Edom on the left-hand side. Okay, so, and this is the reason why they're building
Jeremiah
this.
16, 16.
Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. And the Esau Edom is outside the temple. Okay, they are in the field, right? They're outside the temple, and so that's why they're trying to, build to the sky. And ever since they tried to build those nests up in the heavens, that's when that's when this word started to come out forth, right?
He's got a precept to back you up on, the wicked elites, real quick.
This is Jeremiah 16 and 16. Behold, which is prophecy, right? I will send for many fishers, saith Yahweh, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain and from every hill.
From every mountain and from every hill. That's
Yep.
where these bunkers are. And some of them are underground.
Yep.
Yep.
And out of the holes of the rocks.
Out of the holes of the rocks. Out of your deep underground military bunkers, man. You're going to get dug up out of them, man. And you're going right into slavery. You know?
And people are not able to understand what that means. Okay?
That was it.
Right.
And that
Oh,
goes
that's it,
into
right.
Yahweh Shemashai revealing the mysteries to his prophets, okay, to be able to break it down and give our people warning about what's going to happen.
Next article is from RT News. U.S. Senator won't rule out nuclear strike against Russia. And he quotes, I would not rule out military action. I think we start start making a mistake when we take options off the table. So I would hope the president keeps that option on the table.
Yep.
Okay, so they,
That's
hey,
Revelation 11 and 14.
Yep.
You know, I'll just get it real quick. I'm right here.
so that's ultimately going to lead to this right here, man.
Yep.
You know,
Bada boom.
bada boom, bada bang.
Bada boom.
Yep. Revelation 11 and
prophecy
14.
down.
The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
Yeah.
And woe goes into destruction.
Yep.
And great destruction is going to come to Babylon the Great. Once all these heathen nations, man, burn you with fire. You know, the ten horns shall hate the whore, and shall make her naked and burn her with fire. Revelation 17 and 16.
I got
You
one
know?
right here, bro. Malachi 4 and 1. The day of the Lord.
Yep.
For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yeah, and all that do wickedly.
And all the proud. That's talking about Esau, Edom.
Yeah, that proud man.
Yep.
It says, yeah, or Khan, right? And all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Come
Khan.
you know, bring it out.
Bring it out. Yeah, because this place is going to be a stubble. Babylon's going to be a stubble.
Yep.
Okay. You know, anything that was
2 Peter
ever.
3 and 1.
I think the next verse goes into it. Shall neither leave them root or branch.
Khan.
Yep.
Yep.
It says, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yep.
And so that goes into also those bunkers and stuff. They're not
Yep.
going to be able to rebuild again. Okay, they're not going to have, oh, we're going to come back and we're going to do this over again. See, that's what 2/3 of our people want to say, that, you know, hey, we're going to let's
And
do it
shall-
again.
And it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Yep.
What does Mark 8 and 24 say? I see men as trees walking.
Yep.
Root
Yes,
nor
the
branch.
people, yeah,
They're gonna be
beautiful.
burnt up. A burnt up mountain, and those roots and branches are going to be cut off.
Yep.
That seed line is going to be cut off eventually after 1,000 years. You know?
Meanwhile, that vine, which is Yahweh Shai, is growing through us being that branch. You know, us sprouting out from Yahweh Shai. Okay, why? Because we were given that living water. You know, that living water to be able to live, right? And Esau, Edom doesn't have living water. He is death and destruction. Okay.
He has wine.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
And his wine is no
His
good.
wine, his wine
Yeah.
is not good.
You don't want that,
His,
man.
his
You
wine
don't want
results
that
in,
wine.
his wine results in death
Yeah,
and
exactly.
destruction.
Oh, your camera's getting low. Oh, shit.
I got one more going into the
It still
nuclear
plays. It
destruction.
just freezes up on the camera.
2 Peter 3 and 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly man. Down to verse 10, 2 Peter 3 and 10. But the day of the Lord will come in as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. So everything here in Babylon, even all the elements, gold, the silver, the bronze, the copper, all these buildings that you see here, this concrete is all going to get burned up, man.
And just to add edification and clarification, because you got some men teaching that the whole world's going to be burnt up, like vocab, no precepts have him alone.
Yeah,
You know, Ecclesiastes 1 and 4, one generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever.
Yep.
Yep. And you got certain men saying that Esau, Edom was done away with. Well, Ecclesiastes, since I'm right here, I'm going to get it. He also says that Esau, Edom was done away with, right?
Con.
You know, but Esau, Edom is
There's no end.
yeah.
Yep.
Gonna get it right here.
Yep.
Let the scripture speak. You know, Ecclesiastes 4 and 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely, this also is vanity and vexation of spirit.
Yeah, Esau's still here, man. Okay, and even when Esau gets exterminated after 1,000 years, hey, his spirit's gonna dwell, okay, in these different heathens, man. Okay, because hey, even like Albert Einstein said, in the world, energy cannot be destroyed.
Yep.
You know, it can only be like transferred, so to speak.
And if Esau, Edom was done away with, and the book of Obadiah has been fulfilled, well, when was the day of the Lord near upon all the heathen then? You know, and who are these heathens then, man? You know, because somebody's in rulership right now.
Yeah. It's not Japheth.
And it's not Japheth. You know, Esau ain't the white man ain't the Arabs. You know,
Right.
you got a lot of confusion out there, man.
Con.
And, you know, and it's a blessing to have men who you learn from who have
Yeah.
the 100% true correct doctrine.
Con.
Want to go to the next articles?
This is
Rapid
oh,
speed.
Yeah, Con. This is from Yahoo Finance or FinanceYahoo.com. It says Kit Check and Fagron partner
Sock chick.
to launch
Sock chick.
our. Can I say that word? I'm not gonna say it. To launch Karagma tagged 503B products in February of 2022.
Yep.
So what that's going into is that technology, that
UPC,
grain of rice.
The UPC code. You know,
Yeah.
UPC code type technology.
That's right.
We'd call it that.
Yep. That
Universal product code, making you into a product, you know, and then they're
Yep.
looking to put basically everything in the Internet of Bodies and Internet of Things and have UPC type technology, and you can only access anything if you have the grain of rice,
Mhm.
you know, and they're starting it out with this poke to get the stroke.
Yep.
You know, the bad batch of Kool-Aid that they want to put in your body, man. The Jim Jones juice. Used to call it that. We call it that. The Jim Jones juice.
Say Rag
With that
21 too.
UPC
Yeah.
code, what does it have on it? The 6, 6, and 6.
Oh, yeah, the
Okay, you
6
shall know him by his name.
And
I can read this part. Revelation 13 and 18. Here is the wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 6. And so when you go into that UPC code, that goes into him putting his graven image,
Yep.
and putting you down for the count. Basically, you're not going to be chosen worthy, and you will have a graven sore. Okay, which goes back to an ulcer, which goes back to pus in your body, which means ultimately you're going to be destroyed in the lake of fire. Okay, that's
you
one
read
thing.
that Revelation 13 and what is it?
18.
I
That
got
goes
it in the
context
NLT.
statement.
Revelation 13:18, the NLT. Wisdom is needed here. Let the one with understanding solve the meaning of the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. His number is 666, and that number is incomplete. Okay, it also goes into what is it? Side stigma,
Yep.
which also goes into Esau's medical field, man.
And when you look at the logo of Joe Biden, he has the sty. I think it's the sty, far as in the middle of his logo, of his emblem.
His
which-
mascot, he has the stigma as well. He has the devil's tail. You know,
Oh yeah,
Khan.
Yeah. So that's how you know the number of this man and who he is. Yeah, because this is what they're trying to do right here. You know, which is again a graven image inside your forehead or inside your hand to have you be a perpetual slave, which is an everlasting slave. That is their ultimate goal. Okay.
they're even talking about investing, having want to say they want to invest 14.42 billion dollars by the year 2026. You know, and that's that 144. I put it in the group chat earlier, but they perceive this to go on until 2026 at least. You know, ultimately to what, 2030?
Yep.
You
'Cause
know,
what did they say? Pfizer said they're not going to give out the report until 75 years.
yeah, till 75 years, because they ultimately, because they already know they don't got that much time, so they're just putting a broad blanket statement number out there.
Well, their inward thought is that they're
Yeah. I know what you're talking
Psalms
about.
49
and 11. Yep.
Yeah, their inward thoughts that they shall continue. And that's what these devils think. Why? Because of their pride. Okay, but again, they know that they have but a short time because they see the prophets out here giving people warning.
Oh yeah, Khan.
So this is
right
us.
here.
Bring it out.
Yep.
Because you were going into Revelation 13 and 18. Can
18.
you read that one more time? And he's going to bring out something that goes into that.
Let me get this real quick. Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. And so that's their inward thought. That's why they say 27. You know, they got the 2030 agenda, right?
Okay.
Yeah, and
They
all
have
these
a lot of
different.
these names of these places that are in Babylon the Great are names of towns and provinces in Europe.
Yep.
You know, New England, Manchester, Birmingham. You know,
Yeah.
America.
Vespucci.
You know, Africa, Leo Scipio Africanus.
Yep.
You read Revelation 13 and 18, Bubba,
I got you.
real quick.
Yep. Revelation 13 and 18. Here is the wisdom. Let him have understanding. Count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603
It said, here's wisdom. It's like a here's wisdom. Let him that hath understanding. So if you don't know what the MOTB is and
You
the
have
proper
understanding.
breakdown of it, you don't have wisdom or understanding. Can you bring out 1 Corinthians 2
It's
and
not
7?
a white woman.
Khan.
Yep.
First Corinthians 2 and 7 in the NOT, it says, the wisdom we speak of is the mystery of Yahweh, his plan that was previously hidden, even though he made it for our ultimate glory before the world began. Now the word wisdom in the Strong's G 46 and 80, it says wisdom, Sophia. And one of the definitions of Sophia, it says the intelligence it finds in discovering the meaning of some mysterious number or vision. And that mysterious number is that 666.
Yep.
The
And it
Chi
says-
Psi stigma.
And that's why Revelation 13 to 18 is written in that manner, because you have certain men who don't have wisdom nor understanding, and they can't decipher what it is. But Sophia,
Yep.
you know, the wisdom given to the prophets and servants and prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and I think one of the definitions,
Let me bring this up real quick. Amos 3 and 6,
Hey.
or 3 and 7. Shall the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai will do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants the prophets. And that is one of the secrets that are in the Bible, that charagma, okay, that graven image. Okay, a lot of people don't have wisdom, right? They'll say it's a so-called white woman. They'll say it's all these other different things. They'll say King Solomon had the charagma. Okay, these are all stumbling blocks. That's a red flag right there. When you're not able to break this down correctly, especially with the articles that the brother brought out, as far as with Elon Musk.
especially with Revelation 14 to 9 and 10.
Yep.
It talks about the punishment.
Yeah, exactly. The punishment of you taking that graven image, which is a sword.
Yep.
Okay, which it
Revelation
goes.
16 and 2.
Yeah, which
the
goes into-
grievous sword
Yep.
upon those that had taken the MOTB, the charagma, or worshipped his image.
Beautiful, and that goes into when you go into that word sword, it goes into ulcer, okay, and it goes into pus. You know what I mean? So that's another mystery, right? But it's playing upon tables for those that
Think
have
about the plagues of Egypt, the
Yeah.
boils.
Yeah, the boils, they're beautiful. That's what an
That's
ulcer
coming.
is. Exactly.
That's what's being happened. That's what's being played out, because was the book of 2nd Esdras, the 15th chapter, say, you know, I shall visit Egypt again with plagues.
Yep.
Again.
The plagues of Egypt coming back, man.
Yep.
You know, it's like you got the boils, you got locusts, you got
With the water turning.
the water
blood.
turning into blood.
Yep,
You
and then
know?
you had the scorpions over there. I think that was in Egypt.
Yep.
And that was another, mystery to some people, but that was a faith booster for us because
Yeah.
you see.
It's gonna happen
Okay,
here.
that's same. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
prophecy.
I want to touch on this real quick. This is Isaiah 36 and 6. It says, "Lo, thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed." If you look at with a syringe at the end of it, it's shaped like if you ever played a wind instrument like a clarinet or a saxophone, the reed, there's a wooden piece that's kind of shaped in the form of a syringe, right? It says, "Thou trusteth in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand."
Hey, it says, well, on Egypt. And that was, well, in Isaiah, right? And
Yep.
Isaiah, that was way after Egypt, man.
Yep.
That's speaking about a modern day Babylon the Great, which is America.
Yep. He was prophesying about today.
Also, Jeremiah 17 and 5. Curses
Yep.
the man that trusteth in man
Jeremiah
Yep.
17
and
5.
maketh his arm.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
that's that broken reed.
Yep.
It says,
And then going back to that reed, that goes back to the caduceus too. You know that they're trying to use with as far as the WHO, World Economic
World Health
World Health-
Organization.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, World Health Organization, because that's what they're coming in. They're coming in. We're trying to help you. Okay, we're just trying to help you. You know, they're showing what those great wonders.
Okay.
You know, hey, we can.
it goes into
okay,
it right here.
beautiful,
Watch.
beautiful.
It says, "Lo, thou
Maryland?
trustest in the
Yeah,
staff,
Maryland.
in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt to all that trust him
Man.
or trust in him."
And you're
So
not supposed
everybody,
to trust.
yeah, exactly, trusting in the enemy.
Yep.
Can you get
Jeremiah
that reminds me
17
of
and
precept
5.
it said pierceth, right?
Yeah.
Can you get 1 Timothy 6 and 10?
Hey, also when you go into that word mark, charagma, another word is to pierce.
Yep.
Piercing, just like you get a piercing in your earrings, well, this one's gonna go either on your both hands
Yep.
or on your forehead, which
Yep.
is that,
It
that
goes
newer
into,
link.
I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna back that up. Hey, can you somebody get Sirach 27 at the top? This is
Sirach 27.
yeah, Khan. This is 1 Timothy 6 and 10. "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through many with sorrows."
And pierce themselves through. If you go into that
With
word
many
pierce,
sorrows.
it means to pierce through or to penetrate entirely, which you're going to have to do eventually to take that MOTB. And a lot of people are doing right now for the love of money with this Sirach 21 and 2, with this Dragon Kool-Aid, you know, with the Jim Jones juice.
That's right. And only those that have eyes to see and ears to hear are going to be able to understand that piercing. You know what I mean? Because it's pretty simple.
That goes
you know
back
what I mean? Piercing is
that goes back into having the Sophia. You know, the wisdom, man.
Yeah. So this is Sirach
27 at the top. Yeah.
Okay, 27 and 1. Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away.
And that's going back to 1 Timothy 6 and 10. The love of money is the root of all evil. So it says a small matter or what does it say? Read that from the top again.
Many have sinned for a small matter, right? And many have sinned what for a small matter? They have sold out. Look at these celebrities. Okay, that's a perfect example. And he that seeketh for abundance,
meaning their money, their finances.
This world right here.
You know,
Yep.
exactly. You know,
seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away.
Yep. Turn his eyes away from Yahweh by Shemiah Shai, man. And a lot of people who know they're Israel, man, they're gonna fold, man, because they're gonna be more concerned about feeding their children or more concerned about feeding their family.
And pierce themselves through.
Exactly.
Through, pun intended, because they're going to be through when they do it.
Yep.
And the Greek word for pierce, I believe, is papiro. You know, Strong's is G. It's for Greek because it's in the New Testament. And I believe it's papiro. You know, which means to penetrate entirely, to penetrate through.
I have the etymology of the word
yeah,
pierce.
that was
It's a
first.
verb.
That's exactly
It says pierce, make it whole, in, force one's way through, thrust through with or as with a sharp or pointed instrument.
right. And what are they trying to do? What's the prelude right now?
Force you to
Okay.
take that correctly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That's the ultimate. You know, and that's what
21
we're.
and 2 is the precursor to it.
Yeah.
And we're looking at the people who are in power right now, the wicked elite, giving life to the image, you know, and he calls it.
Yep.
That means to get ready, to be the author of,
Yep.
to fashion society in a way, you know.
Because again, he was speaking like a lamb, right? He said, hey, he was speaking like a lamb, far as he said, you know, this is going to be a voluntary thing. And now he's starting to speak more draconian, more what do they say, mandates, more mandates. If you don't comply by January, then this is going to happen. This is going to happen, because ultimately Esau Edom is a cardinal man, and all he wants people to come down with that. So this is Sirach 27 and 2. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so do sin stick close between buying and selling. Right?
And that just goes into what the charagma is eventually going to be used for. It's going to be used for buying and selling. Reiterating it back in the book of Revelations, man.
Yep. He causes both small and great.
And probably shall read verse 3, and then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Sirach 27 and 3. Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shai, his house shall soon be overthrown.
Hey, so his house shall soon be overthrown, man, if you fall into the hands of the Egyptians and Pharaoh, man, which is modern day Babylon.
Yep.
You go and the kings and princes of this world. Man.
And speaking of what you're talking about, the next article is going to go into what you're just talking about, man, falling into the hands of the Egyptians, the modern day Egyptians, man.
Yeah.
And the scriptures say in the book of Isaiah, the 30th chapter, the 7th verse, the Egyptians shall help in vain and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. We're crying out because the Egyptians are looking to help you in vain, and they're looking to help you to destroy you.
Yeah.
You know, that's Sirach 14 and 7. If he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at last he would declare his wickedness, man. You know, never trust thy enemy. You know,
iron is rusted, so is his wickedness, which means he's not going to change his ways. He's not all of a sudden, hey,
Yeah.
I want to be a good
He's the
guy
devil,
today.
man.
He's that crook serpent,
Hey,
man.
the Beetlejuice came
that
out.
adversity
Now
come-
I want to change my ways.
Right.
You know
if
what I'm saying?
adversity come upon
Upon
him, thou shalt find him there
There
first.
Yeah, free pizza, free
Yep.
Xbox, free
And,
PS5.
and so whenever that you have, say a disease or whatever,
Yeah.
just look. You're gonna see Esau Edom right there, clapping and shaking of his hands.
Just like he did
Okay.
in these depictions right here,
And
man.
people try to say, "Oh, that was a long time ago. That was about 40 years ago."
that still
40,
happens
50,
in the
you know,
low key.
Yeah, and this still definitely happens.
And
as far as
the black market.
It's just not
Yeah.
being broadcasted on the media.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
what
all.
what do you think they're doing over
Well, it's
there?
actually still happening because
Yep.
you got police putting you to death, and then
Yep.
you got
Yeah.
you got Esau cheering it on. It's just like the same thing they used to do back in the day with
Yeah.
Sunday, man.
Hun, and
They
what
would
did
take two Jakes and make them fight to the death. Oh, your camera's at 10%.
And what are they doing with the children? You know that they brought over here from Haiti, right? Which are the
Tribe of Levi.
Yeah, the tribe of Levi, right? And also Issachar.
What are they
You
doing
know what I
at the
mean?
border,
Far
those
as
children,
with-
man?
As far
Zebulon,
as
Issachar.
yeah, Zebulon, Issachar, having them at the border. What do you think? What did they do with those kids that they had? Okay, that they brought over here to the convention center. Okay, and then they've been separated from their parents. Okay, what are they doing over there at the reservation? As far as all those people missing?
Yeah, the tribe of
All
Gad.
those-
Yeah, the
all
tribe of
women
Gad.
missing,
Yeah,
right?
all those women missing and children missing too, right? There's plenty of stories, but now you don't hear them on the mainstream media. Oh, sorry. You don't hear them on the mainstream media, but
There's
these
a-
things are still happening. Those are just the accounts that we know of.
There's a chick that I know back from Seattle, man, and I was on Facebook just messing around and you know, just looking, and I used to talk to her back in the day. She's missing now. She's an Ephraimite, man. Fine chick too, man. Missing. She's been missing since July.
Man, that's what
You know?
4 months.
Yep.
Yep.
And these are what these devils do, like in the darkness. Now they don't expose it. They're not being. We're the ones that have to expose this devil.
Yeah, we have
Yep.
to-
Okay.
And
through
most
the
likely
videos.
it's an Edomite that most likely
Yep.
did it to her, man.
Yep. Or
You
a
know?
wicked Jake that sold out his own people for that
that bag.
for
And
that
then-
money.
and
Sirach
then-
27:2.
And then in Washington State, it's like almost all woods after you get out of the city. It's all forest, evergreen trees.
Yep.
So, you know, good luck with that, you know?
Yep.
And, let me bring out the next article real quick. This is UK returning to draconian restrictions, issues work from home order. New York lockdown can't be ruled out.
Second Ezra 15 and 17, 15 and 16. A man should desire to go in the city and shall not be able.
Yep.
You know?
Isaiah 10:1. These are unrighteous decrees, right? Grievousness, which means trouble. Okay.
And if you go into that word unrighteous, it goes back, one of the definitions in the strongest, it goes back to idolatry, which they're looking to make you bow down to. And you're going to have that idolatry to be able to travel around pretty soon and to do banking, you know, to be in the metaverse, to receive benefits, you know.
To be in the to get married in the metaverse.
Yep. The whole camp in the metaverse.
Yeah, the whole
Yeah,
camp.
bring it out.
Yeah, bring it
Okay.
out.
Yep.
You gonna bring that up?
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there's an article, Natural News. Unjabbed people must be rounded up by the U.S. military and forced jab at gunpoint starting January 1st, 2022.
Yep. And that's what a guy said.
It says, decries Mad Money, raging lunatic Jim Cramer.
That's Esau's nature, man. He's like the elder in Birmingham constantly brings out. He's a violent homo, man. You know, he's an adverse. He's adverse. He's outside the temple. He's adverse to the law, statutes, and commandments, and he's a raging, violent homo that needs to be put down, and he's going to be put down, man. And that goes into
Wild beast out of his cage, man.
the first people that they're going to be looking to round up is you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American. That goes back to the King Alfred plan. You know,
Oh, the Rex.
Rex 84.
84, yeah.
Yep. You know, Agenda 2030, Agenda 21. You know,
And their agenda is to have what? Have everyone
Microchip.
incisioned up, okay? To have what? To have the farmlands control the foods. They already passed legislation far as to control what the farmlands and control the food sources, because they want you eating genetically modified food. Why? Because they know that it has no nutrients in it, and
They
they
got
know that
mRNA
it can,
crops.
Yep, and they know that it can control what your DNA, and then it has what the mRNA in it to be able to
chill.
to be able to change everything out. You know what I mean? But this is this is Esau. Yeah. Yeah. So Isaiah 10:1, I might as well. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievances which they have prescribed. So they devise iniquity upon their bed. Micah 2:1. They have done all these things in the dark, but now they're being brought to the light through the prophets of Yahweh Shem
You shall see me.
Yeah.
Well, we see you, man.
Yep.
Your own people see you.
See
Right
right
angels
through
see
you.
you, man.
Yep.
You know, and the believers see you who believe in the report.
Got another article, Natural News.
Yep.
It reads, it never ends. The UK says citizens will need booster jabs every 3 months.
So you're gonna need that new Boost mobile phone every 3 months, man. And it says what?
Forever.
Forever, Holmes. You know,
That's
literally, man.
Esau's kingdom forever. He wants to forever.
Yep.
Every 3 months show up, Beetlejuice me up, Bruce Mobile me down, and then you can be able to be a slave.
And it says, in order to manage the plague, which is,
The
what it is.
pestilence.
Pestilence.
Yep.
Yep, and this is Psalms 36:1. The transgression of the wicked said within my heart, which is your mind, that there is no fear of Yahweh before his eyes. Yeah, these devils don't fear Yahweh B'Shem Rashai. Why? Because they're outside the temple. They are profane. Okay? For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. Yeah, so he's flattering himself. He's a proud man, right? He's saying, I'm just here to help, right? He's flattering himself, high-fiving in the government, right? And till he be found what? Hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He had left off to be wise and to do good. Yeah, so he can't do good, right? Sirach 12:10. For like an iron is rusted, so is his wickedness, right? He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He set himself in a way that is not good. He hath heard not evil. Yeah, so he's devising mischief upon his beds, and now he's prescribing them through his legislation, through his propaganda to push on the masses of people through his media, that fear-mongering tactic for you to comply to his wickedness, right? Because he is the border of wickedness, Amalek, right?
Yep.
Esau, Edom. That's why we're out here through Yahweh Shema Shai to prophesy against Mount Seir, which is the modern day people right here.
Yeah. The gutter rats.
They got
So I got this last article through the Spirit, and it reads, End Time Headline, this from IG. Is humanity ready for the age of metaverse marriages? And then in the bio it says, the world is changing fast. Is humanity ready for the age of metaverse marriages?
Ecclesiastes 10:6.
Oh, man.
Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. And it's all folly that you see out here, man. And that's why we're vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. We want to see the wicked be destroyed tomorrow. Bomb somebody tonight, introduce the Karagma tomorrow, start rounding people up at 4 in the morning, man. Just
Bring
get
it.
it on with, man.
Already.
But every time we go out here through the Spirit, we say things, and other men say things as well. And Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai,
He's hearing our cry.
he's hearing our cry, and at the same time, he's making our words manifest, because they're not our words, they're his words, man.
It's not our words.
It's not our words, it's not you that speaketh, it's the Father that speaketh within you.
Yep.
Ecclesiastes, want to read that header one more time?
I got you, bro.
Yep.
So again, going into the metaverse in the end time headlines, it says, is humanity ready for the age of metaverse marriages?
Ecclesiastes 1:13. I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travaileth the Most High, give it to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vexation of spirit. Ecclesiastes 1:15. That which is crooked cannot be made straight, and that which is wanting cannot be numbered. And Esau Edom's.
Real quick, bro. I want to say something. It says, is humanity ready for the age? That word age goes into the word world. Okay, the world of the metaverse. Okay, Esau's trying to establish a new world order via his artificial intelligence, man. That's all.
Age of
And,
AI.
and ultimately to have you isolated from others, to be able to not get this word, right? To not feel, not to touch. That's just like the mask.
Yeah.
That's what the mask is, so you don't see the countenance on someone's face. You don't know what they're actually doing. You know what I mean? Because they could actually, speaking under their breath, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Murmuring.
But murmuring. These are all ceremonies that Esau Edom does on the left-hand side.
And it hinders the growth of a child.
Yep.
The mentals, because
Beautiful.
other kids learn from seeing other kids, man.
Yep.
So if they can't even see their face, they're developmentally, it's going to be a challenge, man.
Second Ezra 16:27, going into that point, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice,
Man.
which is going to come to fruition in Jacob's trouble. But all these things are going to be confounded when it comes to the house of David, man.
Yep.
These things aren't going to work. There's no enchantment against Jacob, man.
Numbers 20.
Neither is there any divination, man. Victories in these scriptures for the elect,
Right.
and Jacob's troubles for the wicked. We still got to warn, we still got to exhort, we still got to blow the trumpet, but to add perfect balance to the conversation and to the lesson, Jacob's trouble, these wicked devices and so on and so forth, that's only going to happen, and the wicked is only going to be caught up with that amongst the nation of Israel, man. That's only for the Israel that's outside of the Israel of the Most High. That's pretty much it. Anybody got anything else?
I got no more
Precepts? I think that's it. Close on that.
Jamal, you got a precept?
This is Sirach, Wisdom of Solomon 3:1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, and there shall no more torment touch them. Right? And that's speaking about the elect. Okay, there's going to be no more torment. Why? Because we're, Lord willing, we're of those elect that have that immortality and salvation.
Yep.
Okay, because constant torment, vexation of spirit.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You want to get Psalms 105 and 15?
Psalms 105.
Yep. Just we'll close on that with that one because it backs up
Backs
Wisdom
up
of
what you
Solomon
said.
3 and 1.
Okay, I'll read this again and then you got it.
Yeah, Psalms 105 and 15.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 1. But the souls of the righteous are in the hand of Yahweh, right? And who is that hand? That's Yahweh Shai. And there shall no more torment touch them.
Yep.
This is Psalms 105 and 15,
I got one too.
saying, touch not mine anointed, and do my prophets no harm.
Yep. Touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. And Yahweh Shai gave that same sentiment when he came with this precept right here.
Yep.
In the book of Luke 10 and 19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread on serpents and scorpions and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Nothing shall by any means hurt the elect, man. You know?
Because again, we brought this out earlier. We're in a spiritual battle against 2/3 of our people, these other heathen nations, right? Esau, Edom, their technology, all these different things. And what do we have? We have this word to lift up what thy banner, you know, and he's given us that voice.
And the victory is already preordained from the foundations of the earth.
Beautiful.
All you got to do is endure it to the end, man.
Yep.
So with that, I think we'd like to close on out unless you got anything else.
No, we're good.
Anything
That's
else?
it.
Anything else? So with that, we'd like to close on out. And in closing, Adon Rathazah, Yahweh Rathazah, the camp session was edifying. Let's turn to the east, to the Holy Land, and give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
double honors to the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well with sound doctrine. Shalom to the hopeful elect, and shalom to the prophets, the servants who are out there on the highways and byways, highways and hedges, preaching and teaching this message, singing this new song. Victory is coming to the hopeful elect. All you got to do is endure to the end. Until the next time, shalom.
Shalom.
DTA,
DTA,
Abba
Abba,
Babal.
Bob,
So.
Shalom.
Shalom.